We'll do it live. We'll just do it live. Fuck it. We'll just do it live. Rob, I don't care. We're doing it live. Oh, he just instantly, he couldn't handle the stress.
This is like live.
He couldn't handle the stress. Yeah. Thank God Pedro's here. Yeah. Pedro, I'm not going to give you Art's intro. You're my brother from Central America.
Thank you so much, sir.
That's geographically accurate. Art always has an interesting intro for you. I'm not always sure I'm comfortable with it.
You don't care, dude. The things I've heard.
I spent a little time in Mexico, not any time in Central America, but I loved it when I was down there. Beautiful country, beautiful land, beautiful people. Oh, Mexico not anywhere near Panama, but Mexico is as close as I could get.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with us, but yeah, Mexico is awesome. I've been there too, and tacos are amazing.
Yep. Teotihuacan.
Oh, nice.
I climbed the temples. I strained some ligaments and I got really thirsty.
Okay, yeah, he's back.
I'm back.
You cracked under the pressure.
Yeah. As soon as we went live, I get a notice saying headset disconnected. I'm like, what?
No.
You guys went moot on me.
You cracked under the pressure. I threw the limelight on you.
I stand by that story better.
I almost always crack under the pressure.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's what pressure is all about. It's all about cracking underneath it.
Yeah. Especially in old age, knees and stuff.
All these people that like talk about living for the pressure, it's like fuck that, man.
Nah, screw that, dude.
Yeah. I get out of bed in the morning and I'm like worried about like just getting up and moving around. I don't need any kind of pressure on me.
No. But dude, like you went up the pyramids, like you can't do that today. Like today you will go there, they won't let you. Like you
can't do shit. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can't go in them anymore now, right?
No, you can't.
Only special tours can you go in, like the.
No, not even like right now. Like there's like stress on the structure. So people can't go in. But when I went there, like first time I went there was like in the 80s. You can even like sacrifice somebody. Like you can do whatever.
Oh. Or are we talking about Teotihuacan?
Yeah.
I didn't hear the beginning of what you said, Pedro. So I was trying to catch. No. It was just
I have broken English.
No. It wasn't your English. I missed that. So they've limited who can go in there.
Now nobody can go up.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they stopped that like 2 years ago. I think.
It's a bitch getting up there.
Oh, dude.
It is not an easy thing to do. Even with the steps and everything. You're in the middle of a fucking hot desert.
Yep.
You probably walked a couple miles to get there from whatever like hotel that they got on the outskirts. And they've got the little like drink stands and stuff and selling ices and everything's melted.
Yeah,
so there's no ices. It's just like lukewarm,
sugar really water. Sweet sugar water.
Exactly. So like I did an afternoon there, like with like a school trip, and like it was me and my buddy, and then like all the other guys. But like his feet were covered in blisters by the end of the day, because like he had bought like a new pair of shoes for the trip, and I'm like, well, that was smart, you dumbass.
Yeah.
But climbing up those fucking temples, there's no way to describe them without being there. Massive.
Exactly. And you know what's even worse? Going to Yucatan, so you can do that with 100% humidity factor.
It's got to be worse the farther south you go, because at least this was a little bit dry desert here, where it wasn't like the humidity where you're just like dripping every ounce of moisture. But yeah, Teotihuacan, it was an experience, man. It was cool.
Yeah.
Yep. So hey, welcome everybody. We got a bunch of people in the chat. Welcome Sunday night. This is the closeout for the Superiors. Hail CG, hail to the chat. Appreciate all you guys being here. The reason I'm closing this out fast, just because I got to get moving on to the next thing. And I want to get this book to the printer, so I want final numbers for printing. And like literally, like there's a lot of backers who will complain like, oh, you took this long to get your book, and like blah blah blah. I didn't get my book for another year. What? No, this book is going to the printers this week. Like I want closing numbers tonight, so that I know what to send to the printers this week. I want to have the book back from the printers. At least the main book is. Two-thirds of the backers are just back in the main book. The extra books, I'm finishing one, so that'll take a little bit longer. But like a lot of this stuff is going to be start shipping into August because this stuff's all done. I want to get it out the door. I want to get backers their books right away. That's going to be kind of a thing that I hang my hat on. Is my books are done and are coming out when I finish my campaign. I know a lot of backers complain about having to wait, and I'm just saying about my books. My books
is not out right away. It's not the intention.
It takes a lot of work to get these books done. I'm trying to get ahead of the game, so that's my whole thing. And I'm not a big name, so hopefully that'll add some credence to people coming over and backing my books. That my books get done and they get shipped out right away.
Yeah, you should be known as Not Late Helinsky.
Mm-hmm.
I would not complain about that moniker. That would be
a good nickname for crowdfunding.
Yeah, I would be all right with that. But this book's going to the printer. I hope to be shipping the first books out before the end of August, September at the latest. So
that would be awesome. That is the plan. So you got the printing lined up, and how long would it take? Like, does the printer told you already how long it's going to take?
I have used these printers for the last a good chunk of time, 6, 7, 8 years. I've used these guys couple of weeks, 2 to 4 weeks. Like I get them my books. And like I said, the Who's Who book, I'm still working on finishing. The Early Visions book, that is done. So the Who's Who book is going to take, I'm hoping to have that done before the end of August, and then that'll go to the printers. But all this stuff is going to be started shipping because I've got, multiple tiers. So certain tiers are going to be shipping right away. I'm getting those. Yeah. I'm not waiting. I'm not waiting for all the books to be done. I'm going to start shipping tiers as soon as books are printed.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to start shipping soon too. I'm going to start shipping books that are with only 2/3 of the artwork, and then the rest will be blank pages, no lettering, and only some coloring.
Yeah, Not Late Hunter. There you go. It's awesome.
People will be surprised when it shows up.
Surprised, like, wow.
It's not finished.
You're going to be called Unfinished Hunter. How about
They're preview copies. Preview copies.
Yeah, there you go. Beyond Virginity Hunter.
Preview copy.
Yeah.
And then I'll start a new campaign when I'm finished, where you can buy the finished
the whole book. So you can buy the letters.
It's one of those tell your own stories or
exactly. Build your own.
Yep. Yeah. Like I gave you 2/3 of it, and then you finish it.
Oh man!
Wait. That's a great idea. What I'll do is I'll put in blank word balloons so they can come up with their own dialogue.
Absolutely.
That sounds fantastic.
There were books like that when I was kids. I would remember I do.
I remember. Choose Your Own Adventure. Those are
Choose
great.
Your Own Adventures.
Or a silent film,
Do you guys
what's really exciting?
Sorry, Rob. What's that?
I was going to just say what's really exciting about the book is because I have jumped around in the artwork. There'll be, you get to come up with your own transition from one scene to the next story. So that extra creativity, you'll be like, wait, what? And then you just blank page, and then more pages of finished artwork. So
I'm excited.
I think it's going to be a genius level.
It's a new
this campaign is going to really take off as soon as those books are shipping.
What was there was this, I remember when
Lone
I was
Wolf.
a kid, the stencil thing. Remember, it was you could stencil superheroes and monsters, and they were really cool looking too.
Oh.
Yeah.
And that kind of reminds me of like the finishing the comic book kind of thing.
That's what my mom used to buy me to shut me up.
Yeah, they were neat. They were neat because whoever designed those characters did a really good job. And you would draw them, and it's like, oh, this looks awesome. I can draw badass characters.
You can stencil the hell out of those pages.
Exactly. Ooh, geez, big bugs in my house. Yep. So welcome everybody. Thanks for being here. Appreciate the chat on a Sunday night. It looks like we got, a nice amount of people in the chat. Hail Randy. We got Randy in the house. What's up, brother?
What's up, Randy? Yeah, dude.
We got Marcus. Marcus in the house. What's going on? Hail chat. SF Gaming in the house. What's going on, brother? Appreciate you guys being here. What do we got? American Comics Co. Hail my chat. Yeah. Hail, brother. Going on. It's good to see everybody in here. Appreciate everybody showing up on a Sunday night and hanging out. Survive Infinity 0088. Nice.
Ooh.
I like that 88. I like that 88.
Always
Southern Cecil. What's going on,
up,
brother? Hail. A bunch of guys that I've become friends with over the years through Comicsgate. So it's always good seeing you guys hanging out here. But yeah, we're closing down the Superiors tonight. Let me pull this up here real quick before I forget, because that's kind of what I tend to do. Keep me on base, Rob.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I will not. I will let you ramble and tangent.
That's what I do. I'm great at rambling. If you want to let me ramble, it's like one of the things I'm great at. But yeah, closing out Superiors tonight. And the reason, the reason I'm closing this out is because I want to get this shipped out to everybody. Like I said, we're going to be shipping in late August, early September. So you're not going to be waiting 6 months to a year for this book. I'm literally you're going to be shipping it, and you're going to be getting it in 2 to 3 months. So
he doesn't want to finish that sentence, but unlike other creators. I don't want to.
I'm not throwing shade at anybody.
No, he's not. He's not.
It comes across.
Yeah,
because it doesn't. I'm not trying to make anybody sound bad, but I'm just saying, my books are done. I'm gonna ship them, and you're gonna get them in 2 months. So
I will not bring up anybody who might have crowdfunded a very large amount.
Yep.
Bought a house.
Yep.
And fans are still waiting for the product. I will not say anything about that. I will not say anything about that.
Is he killing snakes regularly?
Who?
This guy who got a house.
Oh, actually, I don't understand that reference.
Yeah, I mean, when he had his old house, he has rattlesnake stories, and now he has copperhead stories. So he's there's something about snakes in this guy.
I think there's a few guys,
I don't know.
I think there's a few guys out there that have left people waiting, and there's enough of them that we can get confused amongst the different ones.
There's so many of them who have purchased houses just randomly, just a funny timing after a crowdfunding finishes, but then the comic book never gets finished. Just randomly. It's
judging.
Weird timing.
We're not judging. No. We're just pointing out strange occurrences.
Yeah, exactly.
To each their own. Everybody handles their business differently.
It's just coincidence.
It's true.
It's coincidence. Just nothing more.
Unlike
ye without sin cast the first stone.
Exactly. Yeah.
I'll throw all the stones.
Rob's got a pile of rocks.
They'll come right back at me.
A pile of rocks to throw.
Yeah.
Hey, it's like boomerangs. Hey, I invented the boomerang.
Yeah, dodgeball with rocks.
It keeps hitting me. Why does it keep coming back?
I could have definitely left Superiors in demand longer, but I'm not. Maidens of Mayhem is ready to go, ready to roll. I know a lot of people are interested in this book. I've got a huge sign up on the mailing list already.
Oh, cool.
I can't wait to get this next book going, and I've got multiple books lined up after that. Like these are like
Nice,
this is the conveyor belt. Like
Yeah.
these comics are coming out. I'm not
creativity.
going to sit in demand for 6 months.
No.
I'm going to get these books going, and it's always moving on to the next one. So
okay, question for the fans, from the fans for Clint.
To Clint, yeah, for the fans to Clint.
Yes. Will you order some extra copies so
Nope.
that you can sell Superiors?
Nope.
You won't order any extra copies.
No, I hate overprinting because I've got.
Okay.
I don't have like one of these RIPA EVS warehouses. Like no, what I'll do is, and this is where you'd have to wait is like second campaigns. I'll offer a new version with a variant cover.
Okay.
So like
there you go.
Like if I do like Superiors 2
Mm-hmm.
in like 2026, I'll offer the first book with one variant cover.
There you go.
But that's like 2-3 years from now.
So there's no Helinsky compound of solitude.
No.
On the works.
You know, if I start turning into like if I start kind of getting these crazy numbers that some of these CGers can do, then maybe I'll look at those options. But right now I'm lean, mean. There's no overhead. There's no overprinting. Like I still have boxes of some comics that I overprinted, and it's like I'm not making this mistake again. They're just sitting here. I don't go to enough conventions to like sell overstock, and I don't want.
But that's okay, guys. Now that you mentioned that, Clint, conventions seem to be opening up for us heathens that are not.
Oh, they are. And that might change my tune.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's the thing. Like now, people want to see us. I don't know. Like the thing, like for me, it's kind of hard because I have to travel to the U.S.
Oh yeah.
So
by
that would
plane
make it difficult
or
to move
by
product.
walking. No, but the thing is, like I have an associate in the U.S. In Panama City, of all places within the U.S. In Florida. So I send the books there when I print. So
that's
so it's just getting my humanity there. The thing I have to decide is whether I go by plane or walking. Because what's the better story?
This is what I want to do, Pedro. This is what I want.
Okay, do it.
I want to talk Art into Pontificators Con.
So
where we all
like in Texas,
and I mean all CG obviously is always invited, but like have the guys from Pontificators and like a Vegas show.
Yeah, we can call it like SaltyCon.
Yeah, like something that would be like
old
something be fun just beyond the con, you know.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit of a vacation / like we'll show up at our booths a little bit, but mostly it's going to be partying and vacation.
Yeah, we can go to oxygen bars and
yeah. And then Vegas, you write the whole goddamn trip off for your taxes.
Yeah.
And you just got yourself a vacation. You can write the whole thing off.
I made a big mistake. I pre-ordered 100,000 copies through my printer already, so I need the fans to start really pushing
Death Raider today.
Because otherwise, I'm going to be stuck with a lot of books in my house. Yeah, I'll be stuck with 99,500 books.
Yeah, wow. I don't.
That's a lot of books.
I don't recommend pre-printing.
Yeah,
Andy's got a con out in South, and I really like next year. The Carolinas. I had never been out in that neck of the woods, and I really would like to see the Carolinas. And I know Andy and Dennis are out there, and I can't remember if it's South or North Carolina. It doesn't matter to me. I want to go.
Andy's in Charlotte.
Charlotte. Okay. Yeah, I want to go to the convention and just kind of check the whole region around because that's a different neck of the woods than Minnesota. And I've been on Andy's show and talked about it with him, and just sounds beautiful down there. And it's an awesome convention. So
and there's good barbecue up there, right?
Yeah.
The Carolinas.
Southern Cecil. Here's the problem with Heroes Con. Heroes Con only invites comic book people. So as a comic book creator, to go to a convention where there's 100 other comic book artists, the competition is so extreme, it really makes it really difficult to be able to cover your bills and make a profit.
What happens is the top guys make a ton of money, and even medium level guys get overlooked because
there's so many artists.
If you're Adam Hughes, if you're J. Scott Campbell, if you're one of the big name guys, you're just killing it that weekend. If you're a name that nobody recognizes, but like not one of those top guys, it's like the crowd kind of goes towards. So it's really tricky with certain shows and determining what show is going to be like, because you dump a lot of money in between your plane flight, your hotel, your table expenses, and then you're bringing merchandise out there to try and sell at the show. That gets pricey really fast.
Okay, so
and you're taking a gamble that you're going to sell stuff that
compared to just working at home.
Yeah.
Okay, so under that premise, then I should aspire to go to PityCon or something.
PityCon?
I can get like
PityCon.
I don't know, somewhere there's not like that big a competition. Like I don't know, man. Like I rather live with no fear, and I'll lose money twice. That's like I'll do 2 cons, and if in 2 cons, like it's just a bash. Like okay, I'm not a con guy.
Well, you know what I mean? That's why I think Vegas would be the right show for the pontificators.
Yeah, dude.
Because any way you slice it, we're going to have a good time. Even if you don't make your money back from the show, we're going to have so much freaking fun at that show. And it's a vacation that you can write off. So that's kind of cutting your losses a little bit.
Gotcha.
So, because like I'm not really counting on going to a comic book convention and like making all sorts of buco dinero, because I've got a fan base, but it's a smaller fan base, and I'm fine with that. That's I would like to spread the word of Pirate Queen and Blue Bombshell and Slave Girl and all these books. But I'm not going to a convention thinking, oh, I'm just going to kill it and sell all these books.
Yeah, but I mean,
I'd like to break even and have a good time. So that's all I'm looking for.
Yeah, because like the way I see it, we're not like new to this game, but we're new to putting our names out there. You know what I mean? So it's just a matter of like, dude, let's be fearless and go. If we don't make the money now, let's make it to the point where we don't lose money when we do this thing.
Yeah, and that's the thing, is being smart about it. Yeah.
I don't know what Pedro's talking about. I've been inviting myself to conventions for 25 years.
There you go. See?
Well, and the thing is invite yourself as much as you can, because all they're going to say is no, and like, who cares?
Yeah, exactly.
No, what they do is they just don't respond.
Yeah. But that's the thing. Like, we go to the cons that are friendly to the people of our persuasion.
Uh-oh. What do you mean by that?
Yeah.
Pedro?
Yeah.
You mean us white people?
No. I'm in that bunch too.
Well, yeah. It's just a tint, right? On your monitor? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's Pedro Ang. That's like the whitest name I've ever heard.
Ever. Yeah, Pedro. It's very Ang.
So you know, we're promoting Superiors tonight. We're talking about conventions. We're talking about Pedro's ethnicity, which is always a hot topic.
That's always a hot topic.
It's just because we're all so white.
Yeah.
The rest of us are also white.
I'm aggressively white.
We are aggressively white, so it's always awesome having Pedro with us.
Yeah,
because he makes us a little bit more mocha, which we all need.
Who
doesn't love mocha?
I bring the cinnamon.
Yes,
to your cappuccino.
Yeah, but Superiors, let's do a little. Let's do a little update on Superiors and see where things are
going with this. There you go.
23.
See,
22, 935. So we're just a shade under 23,000. So
there you go. That would
hail
awesome.
CG,
hail you guys,
hail to everybody back in this book, man. I can't appreciate it enough. This is my.
You know what? Let's call the backers tonight the cinnamon topping.
Yes, exactly.
There you go.
The cinnamon sprinkles.
Yeah, there
the cinnamon sprinkles on the topping. But
oh my god. Yeah.
This is my love letter to the superhero team books that all of us, we're not the exact same age, but we're from an era where we grew up on the Justice League and the Avengers. We grew up on like John Byrne, George Perez, these classic runs on these comics that were just like epic. Like my favorite Avengers cover is, I think it's George Perez. Absorbing Man on the top of that ship with like Miss Marvel in her bikini, in her one piece top.
Oh, the real Miss Marvel.
Yeah, I love that comic so freaking much. So this is where I'm at. This is what I love about superhero comics. I know I draw the TNA, but I draw the TNA. I love the TNA too. I can love two different things at the same time. The TNA sells, but like superhero comics, superiors are my first love. So this comic is from everything that I love and enjoy about comics. I want to get it out there to as wide an audience as possible. I love all you guys that have backed the book already. I love you guys for showing up in the chat. You guys, Randy, Marcus, all you guys have shared this all over Twitter. I can't thank you guys enough. I can't tell you how much I appreciate helping me get the word out on this book. We're close at 23,000 already. That is freaking amazing for me. So can't say thank you enough. We got a few more people showing up in the chat. Ladies, man, what's going on? Why not close out on balance?
Yeah.
It's, lot of stuff going on all the time. A lot of people got shows going on. I appreciate everybody who shares my stuff, and a lot of people have had me on their shows, and I want to always say thank you to those guys. But yeah, there's a lot of people that got a lot of books to promote. So yeah, I'm always.
It's just not automatic. Yeah, not automatic. That's all.
And the other thing is people are busy. People are busy. Every one of these CG people have got books and shows and promotions
and things to do and chocolate to eat.
And so I never ask why I'm not on a show. I am always just appreciative of everybody who has me on their show. And everybody's doing a lot of stuff right now. And,
Ethan launched Death Raider without me.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
You know what I mean? I mean, and I was
that was classy, Rob.
You gotta hit the ground running.
I was very thankful that he did that. Yeah. And then at the same time, we were on Pontificators with Art, and he also launched Death Raider, and then after that on Kings, John helped carry it through into the night. So that's just people and schedules and stuff, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, the other thing is, man, I want to build up Comic Smack Talk Live with me and Rob, and we had great guests these last few weeks. We got Paige
and Mocha.
We had Todd last week. Yeah. We got more guests coming up, so we're building up this channel.
Exactly.
Like there's huge boats. We're early on.
Yeah, but there's huge boats, but we all have rafts, and we have to build them up.
Yeah. We're early on, but you want to be in the beginning, because then you can kind of lord it over everybody else. It's like, showing up late, hanging out with Clint and Rob on Comic Smack Talk Live is like, I was here from fucking day one, and you guys are all fucking posers, and then you can just kind of shove that in their face.
That's so 80s. Like, you're a poser.
Poser.
Very 80s.
It's why I play Lotto. Because I will, as soon as I win, I'm going to continue to do this, and I'll just have fake sales. We'll have fake robots in the chat. We'll look like we have blown up, and we'll just be giggling behind the scenes.
Dude, if I win the lottery, I'll just disappear. Like you'll find about me when I die.
Right? Yeah. We'll never hear from Pedro again. There'll be just this giant obituary of one man died in a pile of hookers and
cocaine in a boat in the middle of the Caribbean
on a big beautiful yacht.
Yeah, exactly.
Nobody thought they could screw that many hookers and do that much drugs, but Pedro was there.
Pedro did it.
Wrong. He was going to prove them wrong.
Yeah, Pedro threw his hat in the ring, and he made everybody proud.
Bring it my way.
Yeah, exactly.
All to me.
He wound up just like the king, dead on the toilet.
No, just like that like Eaters of the Dead. No, that's the 13th Warrior. How Beowulf ended up dead. Like,
13th Warrior. That's a good movie.
Oh yeah, that's a great movie. I was listening to the soundtrack while I was working today. Actually, it's an awesome soundtrack.
Oh God, I don't even remember the soundtrack. It was Antonio Banderas.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That was a kick-ass movie.
That's one of those movies that they marketed wrong, because I remember expecting something completely different, and I liked it, but I didn't really like it when I first saw it at the movie theater. But I liked it later, watching it after I knew what the movie was about.
Sometimes they screw up the marketing. So
but dude, the thing is, like, I read the book first because it's based on a book called Eaters of the Dead.
Yeah,
I can't read. So.
I never learned to read.
And the thing is, like, the Vendel was just like right out of the book. Like, I love what they did with the like, because they were like Neanderthals, like they were not like completely human. And they kind of like portrayed that really well. Like that, I really enjoyed that. Even though in the book, the Antonio Banderas character was more of a pussy, but since Antonio Banderas is like, hey, I'm Antonio Banderas, I should be a little bit more heroic.
Ladies Man says that he just found CG in 2020. So you just mentioned you have extra copies of different books. Maybe he should email you and.
I don't want to do individual. like I will in future campaigns, earlier books will be available. That's
the way. Like when you have a new campaign, you can offer your prior books within the campaign as a tier, and that should be like, that's the way of the little guy. Until we all get like huge, we can get like the Ripa level warehouses.
I want to go see Meg 2 this week. Meg 2 looks. It looks like ridiculous, stupid fun, and then Stratham is perfect for that kind of a movie.
But not that it means anything anymore, but that movie got like a 0% rating from the critics,
which makes you want to go see it even more.
I want to see it now, because I mean, 0%, really? It's Jason Statham, dude. Like, he is the quintessential bald hero. Oh, because he's really bald. He doesn't shave.
And the thing is Statham doesn't get enough credit for his comedy chops, man. Yeah. I want the Spy sequel with him and who's the chick, the lady?
McCarthy, right?
Yeah, Melissa McCarthy. I want a sequel to the Spy movie so bad, because Statham was so freaking hilarious as that over the top spy guy. Like, dude, that was one of the funniest movies I've seen.
Don't you remember him in Snatch? He was amazing in Snatch.
Oh yeah, Snatch. He was great too. He's got more range than he's given credit for. I think he's got a comedic element to him.
But he's the bald hero to me.
Oh, totally. He's
like a middle-aged bald. I don't care. Head like a tongue.
He's kind of the new Bruce Willis, I would say. He's got that kind of. Bruce Willis machismo with some comedic element to it, and he's kind of taken over that role to me. But I want to see Meg 2. It looks good. Yeah. Speaking of things that look good, Death Raider.
Oh,
and Death Raider just crushed 18,000.
Broke it the other day. I was very excited.
Still climbing, still kicking ass. So if you guys have not checked out Death Raider, definitely check this book out and back it out. I'm gonna play the trailer here so that I can go grab another Mucho Cerveza, por favor.
The trailer made by Yimi Reyes. He signed the trailer.
Yes, it is.
I don't.
There's no way I could do it on my own.
Your trailer needs to be longer, because I'm gonna have to really hustle to get a drink here.
It's only like a minute 30. So
I know I'm not that.
Go, Click, go.
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 They get the volume going.
Oh. And go. Hurry! Hurry! There you go. Wow, that was flash fast.
Yeah,
good job, Clint. Clint, what are you drinking?
Death Raider.
You're drinking Death Raider. I didn't even know there was a liquor.
I know Jim is dying. I get it, but he has to stop signing his own trailers. It's just no.
I told him to. I said, because this was I said, dude, he says he doesn't want to sign the ones that he got paid for. Yeah. And I told him, I said, dude, I go, just because I paid you for it doesn't mean I go, you did a great trailer. You should sign it.
Bro, I just like giving Jimmy some shit from every now and then. And I know he almost died and he's short. So we should be nice to him. But
no. He's such a tiny little beautiful man. You should be nicer to him.
Oh, dude, nothing but love, Jimmy. Stop signing your trailer.
But so I pre-ordered from the printer 100,000 copies. Mm-hmm. So I got to push Death Raider a little bit harder. I need the sales to improve just a little bit, just tweak them a little bit. But I am giving it my all on the
awesome, dude,
and the story. Like I have redrawn a few pages because I thought they would fit into the story as I adapted the story a little bit. Like I came up with the outline and I work on chunks and pieces of the artwork. And every once in a while I'll get an idea and go, oh, that would be great. And, because I know some people will go, I'll just put that idea in the second issue or down the road. I'm like, F that. That idea is too great. I'm throwing it in this issue. If I have to redraw a page, I'll redraw.
So how many pages are you in? How many pages?
How many pages have I finished?
Yeah.
I am in, I'm still working on a group of pages like 32 to like 40.
Oh, okay.
So I do a lot of, because of, I live in Florida and my AC is not what it used to be. It used to be where everything drew, like all my artwork would dry really fast. I'd always have to be constantly adding water to my inks. It's not as great as it once was. So I've noticed that I gotta do some pen nib on a page, shove it to the side, start to work out.
So
I gotta jump from page to page. Yeah,
you heard it here, guys. Yeah, you heard it here, guys. Back Death Raider, so Rob can get a new AC. Let's make this an AC fund for Death Raider.
No. I'll have a GoFundMe page specifically for an AC.
For the AC? Okay, cool.
Yeah. And then there'll be a GoFundMe page just to be able to pay the electric bill on the AC.
Oh yeah, dude.
One of my early houses, like before I had like AC units, like in the summertime, like Minnesota is cold, except for about 2 months, and then it's hot as hell. And like literally,
it's very humid, right?
I was in my late 20s. We had no AC. And we had a basement, like unfinished basement. And I moved my drafting board down there for like 2 months because it was just hot and humid. My hand would stick to the paper.
Oh, dude,
so it was just me in this little dungeon room in our basement with like the bulb with the cone lamp over my shoulder, just inking, because it was cool enough down there where like the humidity wouldn't fuck up the paper. And then I remember getting like my first like room AC unit where it was this big honking heavy damn thing. 2 guys carrying it up the stairs, put it in the window, didn't even know how to lock it in. Was like duct taping it and crap and shutting the windowsill and just cranking that thing on full blast. And it'd be like 92 degrees out, humidity outside. Dude. Everything is just melting. and you could see your breath in my drawing room.
Well, you had to, because those wall units really don't pull humidity.
Oh yeah,
they make it colder, but they don't really. They don't pull humidity at
like
all.
It was a refrigerator, and it was a small little upstairs corner room, so there wasn't a ton of space. But I had my drawing desk in there, I had that AC unit, TV in the corner, and like I'd be drawing, and it was middle of summer, and it like you could literally see your breath, and I'm like, this is perfect drawing temperature.
Oh, dude.
When I was in Rochester, New York, because I was in Florida, then I moved back to New York for a year, or less than a year, and then I came right back to Florida. DC started throwing stuff at me like, here's some more pages. You want to help out on this? You want to help out on that? I was in the basement of the house that I was renting with a roommate, and there's no AC. I'm in the basement because at least it was a little cooler.
It was a little cooler.
It was a little cooler in the basement, and I had my lamp right over my head, and I'm inking pages, and the whole super humid New York weather, just telling myself, I'm like, as soon as I get that next check, I'm the F out of here, and I'm back to Florida where everybody has AC.
Yep, exactly. And you go north, and like some places don't have AC because it's like every couple of years it gets kind of warm where people are uncomfortable. And obviously in the south,
down here, if you don't have AC, you're a caveman.
Basically. Oh god, yeah, I can't imagine.
Like, nah, dude.
Like it's warm in the southern United States. I can't imagine Panama in the summer.
Dude, we're in the tropics, man. It's just the humidity factor is like 92.
Oh yeah, and just the humidity alone.
Yeah,
like, even if it's not mega hot, like it's just sweaty. Everything sticks to everything. I would.
The thing is, like, people are always scantily clad down here, which is nice.
That's great.
For the ice.
Unless
nice
it's
for
the dudes.
But not there's always a balance in the universe. There's always a yin to that yang. Yeah. When you're yanking on your yang in the humidity.
Yeah, my yang's having a ball.
It's because of all these scantily clad yins walking through your front yard, and it's like,
do you like my?
You know what? It's hot, but it's not so bad.
What do you think?
I have a question. I have a question. What is a closeout stream for? SF Gaming is asking if Death Raider.
This is why we need to talk more, Rob, and we need to go over everything.
Yeah.
There are natural bumps to a campaign. Your launch night is the most important thing.
Yeah. The midpoint
close out of your first 30 days is your second most important thing. Your close out of your 60 days is your third most important thing.
It's a huge bump.
And then your close out to your in demand, which we are doing tonight for Superiors, is going to give you another big natural boost. People have it's
basically
people have a way of backing these books.
Yeah, because you turn it into events. Yep. Like the things that you have the campaign running.
There's the early adapters.
Yes.
There's the early adapters are going to be the first night. That's you want to get all their attention. That first closeout is going to get everybody another big chunk of attention. Yep. It's all about getting the word out and like using Indiegogo. Indiegogo helps you in these things. Is like it.
So final closeout is, hey, no more orders. In demand is over.
This is it. Yeah, in demand is over. If you want this copy of this book, tonight is the night to get it. This book ends tonight, and literally, depending on how, like my TNA books are extremely successful and popular, so I might not be doing Superiors again. I love Superiors, but it is not done nearly as good as Blue Bombshell, Pirate Queen, my other books. And so if there isn't an audience for it, like I need fan feedback to continue certain books.
Yeah, which makes sense.
I probably will do another Superiors just because I love the Superiors, but I need fan feedback to tell me that there's an audience.
And there's a demand for it.
Yeah. I know there's an audience for Blue Bombshell. I know there's an audience for Pirate Queen. I know there's an audience for Slave Girl. Superiors, I'm like, and so tonight is kind of like, are we gonna get a big boost? So like this is where the fans really speak. Like you have a voice in this. Like you're telling me what type of books you want me to be working on for you, and those are the books I'm going to be working on because, like, I can love certain characters or whatever, but I'm customer based. Like I see what the fans like from me. I see what type of books they like from me. Those are the books I'm going to do. So, like for Superiors tonight, it's kind of a big night for Superiors to kind of see which way it goes in the future. So that's
okay. Big question though, because I've noticed that our shows get a lot of views on the repeat.
Yep.
So will you have In Demand still open for a couple of days?
Well, this is how Indiegogo works. Is I will probably close out In Demand tonight.
Okay.
It takes Indiegogo usually a day or two to really process that. So if you were watching this on the rewind, which
in the next couple days,
we do get a lot of viewers on the rewind. Probably more than half of our viewers are like watching the show on the recorded, and that is awesome. Love you guys. If you guys are watching this after the fact, you guys are right here with us, but yeah, you'll still probably have the ability to back this book. Depending on how Indiegogo processes it, maybe it'll shut down Tuesday morning, late Monday night. So
yeah, it's a combination between like identifying the thing and FOMO, like the fear of missing out. So it's like, we're doing the close. Like, oh my god, I wanted to back this book. Like, you got people. It's like a little psychological thing.
And it's not like I want to cut it off so people don't have a chance to back it, but it's like it's been open for like 3 months. So
yeah.
At a certain point, I kind of got to pull the pin because the next thing is in the Tumblr and it's ready to go. And I think people are like pretty kind of excited about Maidens of Mayhem from what I've seen.
Oh yeah, from Twitter.
Yep.
Yeah.
And also the Maidens of Mayhem mailing list is live right now. The sign up is live on Indiegogo. Maidens of Mayhem is not shadow banned. This is under the new Mayhem Comics brand. That's my brand, Mayhem Comics. So you can go on Indiegogo right now, search Mayhem or Maidens of Mayhem, or search Mayhem Comics and find the mailing list and sign up for it. By signing up, you're going to get a free foil trading card. You're also going to get access to the secret discount tiers. Anybody who's backed my books in previously knows the secret discount tiers are the bomb because you're going to get the best stuff and you're going to get it at a discounted price than what it's listed for on Indiegogo. So if you're not on my mailing list for Maidens of Mayhem, jump on there tonight because you're going to get all the bonus stuff. You're going to get all the extras, and it's a really good deal. So Maidens of Mayhem is the next thing. That's why we're shutting down Superiors now, but we're always moving forward at the old Mayhem Comics warehouse here.
So Death Raider the closeout will be in the fall.
Yep.
So probably because it I wanted it to be
and me and Rob are going to sit and
November.
Have a talk. We're going to sit and have a talk about his closeout.
Yeah. So
I have some helpful suggestions.
And I've actually, because of the way that I set up, because the t-shirts got put on as a perk after the fact. So t-shirts have their own separate shipping, but for everybody who's ordering the books and the t-shirts together, what will happen is there'll be a different box because I won't be able to fit the t-shirts in the same, what is it, the Genesis boxes, or is that what they're called?
Gemini.
Yeah. Gemini. Yes. Thank you. Genesis.
Genesis.
So there'll be different
Bible on us.
Yes. So there'll be different boxes for those. So to make up for it, I'll be throwing extra stuff in the boxes that people who bought the books and the t-shirts, because I'm going to have a bigger box to combine that shipping anyways. And because you guys ended up paying, I think, extra shipping because like the t-shirts is a separate shipping. So I'm going to throw in a bunch of extra stuff for everybody who did that.
Nice.
So to make up for that, the $8 shipping, and depending, because I'm already looking into 11 by 17 boxes for the boxes where the t-shirts go out in.
Oh wow!
Which will be prints. So I have, not only do I have a few ideas for Death Raider prints, but all of my work, all my DC and Marvel work, I've made a lot of prints out of those for conventions. So people might be getting surprised, a bunch of con exclusive prints that I only sell at cons. So
very cool.
And here's all the perks.
Back Death Raider.
Yeah, exactly. Back Death Raider and back a t-shirt, because you're guaranteed to get extras, just specifically because you gotta get lots of different offerings, from downloads to the printed version and the black and white version. Now the download version, there's the stripped version. It's black and white and there's no lettering. I wanted it off because some people were saying they wanted to just be able to look at the artwork. So that's what the stripped version of the download is. But for the printed, that's cover A is the main cover. Then cover B is Death Raider without his cape and hood.
Cover B has got to be popular because that is like such a badass shot of Death Raider there.
It just worked out that way too.
Yeah, that is such a great classic shot of him, man. Like that alone, like that should be selling the book because that's such a cool
image. His plasma blades.
Oh. Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you, Pedro. His plasma blades. Thank you.
I'm here.
And then
for
the
midnight
version is the black and white version of the printed book. Yeah. So that's why it's a black cover. It helps me and it helps you.
Yeah, help me, help
figure out
you.
which one's which.
You're going to hold Jerry Maguire. Help me, help you.
Exactly. And then there's the cheesecake cover because everybody wanted a cheesecake cover. So Anna's getting ready to bust some caps in that cyborg in the background. He broke into their latest hiding spot. So
okay, nice.
And I wanted to do a cover that instead of the swimsuit cover that has nothing to do with the story, that actually is.
I have no idea what you're talking about, Rob.
Yeah.
Wait. Do you do that, Clint? Because
never.
I know Marvel and DC always did that.
Clint would never do that.
Mine is always story centric.
Yeah. Here you get kitty and guns. It's just
I'm
everything.
dumb. So I make sure everything's pulled from the story because that's just the way I roll.
No, but this is awesome, man. You get some kitty, she's some guns. There's some storytelling and there's titties.
You got it all going on.
Yeah.
Oh, that's if you keep scrolling, that's nothing. If you want to see titties.
Oh, there you go.
Because the cyborg chick, her name's Sai, and she
has titties.
half naked.
That's awesome.
Well, she's a cyborg.
Where is she at? Is she the?
If you keep scrolling, should be in the black and white artwork.
Okay.
Unless we scroll past, I think it's probably in here. There she is.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, look
I like her. I like that character design.
She's half naked. So.
Yeah.
Well, she's a cyborg, so she doesn't need to wear body armor. She's already,
We all remember
robotic.
We all remember girls like this when we were younger. That when we knew they were going to be mad for us.
Yeah, dude.
We still tried to talk to them.
Exactly.
Dude, I would bang. Yep, I would.
She is a wood. She is in the wood category. Would do that.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't regret it. Would do it.
No. Like, who needs a nose in this day and age?
No. She's got a nose.
There's
it's just
always
makeup. It's just makeup. She's got a nose.
Makeup. Even better.
Pedro, there's no way I'm not going to draw a hot chick.
Yes.
I went to the Jim Lee School of Drawing.
Oh,
you never sacrifice the artwork. You always make sure that the artwork is number one.
You make sure that there's a hot girl in the center of the artwork, and then you wrap the artwork around her.
Exactly.
And if you do a back shot, you better make that back shot impressive
Yeah,
because usually Jim would always turn. You'd be like, "Wait a minute, why?" There's this big profile shot of a character on this double-page spread, and he's talking to Doctor Doom, but Doctor Doom, he's not looking at Doctor Doom. He's like looking off in a different direction. But Jim Lee, he's like, that will make for awesome double-page spread.
There's that great ass shot of like the Invisible Girl on one of like when Jim Lee got stuck with the Fantastic Four. Like I would like to.
Didn't he pick? He picked. Didn't he want to do the Fantastic Four?
I don't know, but man, I would have killed to see Jim Lee do the Avengers.
I know.
I like giving that to Rob was such a fucking letdown. Like Rob dropped the ball.
Don't let Malin hear you.
I don't give a shit. I worked for Rob. I knew Rob a little bit back in the day. Rob dropped the ball on Captain America and the Avengers so bad. And like Jim Lee was wasted on Fantastic Four. Well, it's like if Jim Lee can't make the Fantastic Four cool, nobody can. It was that was disappointing for me.
There's a lot of controversial.
I got some hot takes.
Yeah,
I got some hot takes on a Sunday night from 25 years ago in comics.
Hot tamale.
I have to be without hyping what I'm doing right now, but I'm going to
do it.
The pages I'm working on now are the Mercs fighting Team Core, and that's before the explosion and everybody gets effed up. Things are turning out so cool. I'm like, oh, I want to do a soldier comic. Like I'm looking at how things are turning out, and I'm just like, wait, I still got to draw all these cyborgs and
Rob's got all the new ideas for the next book.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I'm like going, wait a minute, man, these pages are turning out like really friggin' this is sweet, and I'm pretty much killing everybody.
Here's the thing, Rob, is what you're realizing right now, and from not that I've got some great experience or whatever, but I've been doing it for a couple of years, is like you're gonna have the time to build all these ideas.
Exactly.
And it's like literally like I've got ideas right now that I'm gonna sit on for about a year and a half because just the time of getting the books out. But like this gives you the freedom to develop all this stuff, all these storylines, all these characters the way you want.
But I can't. The soldiers are all getting killed besides Death Raider. Team Core.
Well, you're right. You're writing the book.
Yeah,
the Mercs get blown up too. The Mercs, dude. The Mercs end up being the cyborgs that we were just looking at because they get blown up.
All right,
J.R.'s in the chat. Man.
Okay, J.R.R. Martin.
No, Marcus.
Kill all my characters.
Marcus, my wife made sure I had an outline. It just kind of bums me out when I'm having so much fun drawing these soldiers, but I know that Death Raider loses his legs. The Mercs get turned into cyborgs. Death Raider's teammates are all killed. So it's a sad to be so happy with the way those pages are turning out and realizing, oh yeah, I pretty much massacred all of these guys.
He's dead.
SF Gaming in the chat understands my writing theory 100%. Story, then titties. It's science.
Exactly. And it's a proven fact.
Absolutely. As the new morality commissar in Comicsgate, Malin would be very disappointed in Clint if he did degenerate swimsuit covers. Well,
I wouldn't be surprised.
But the thing is like what actually qualifies as degenerate? Like if Malin is going to judge, I need some guidelines because some swimsuits are acceptable, and then some might think that swimsuit crosses the line. So I need parameters. I need parameters to work. Like actually, I was pleasantly surprised the other day. Ethan mentioned me by name on his show, and I just happened to be. I popped in because they were talking about something I was interested in. And I wanted to just see what they're talking about, and then they threw my name out there, which
there you go.
Like I'm always appreciative, but I think Ethan was kind of like poking a little fun at me, which I can appreciate and I can take. I can take poking fun at me because I kind of bring it on myself. But he was making fun of my big titty covers, and they had Pirate Queen on there, and he's like Clint Olinsky, and like, oh god, look at what he's drawing now. But like John Malin, God bless him, the Wolfpack leader, came to my defense and is like, in the 90s, this was nothing. Like this was comics. This is what people appreciated and enjoyed about comics, and that's kind of where I'm coming from. Is like I push the envelope. I draw hot chicks, but like I'll say this about Maidens of Mayhem coming up. A little preview for Maidens of Mayhem coming up. Mm-hmm. Like I've been in comics for a long time. I've got a lot of pro friends. Rob's been in comics for a long time. Rob's got 1 billion pro friends, way more than me. Rob's a way bigger pro than me. But we've got like friends that are like working. We got friends that are working in mainstream stuff, and we show them things once in a while. So one of my good friends, I showed him the Blue Bombshell story, which I just finished. It was the digital Blue Bombshell, but now it's coming out in print. So a lot of people, only got the digital for the highest tier. So I want to make this story available for everybody. And in print, it's going to be one of the stories in Maidens of Mayhem. And like, you do something and you want to get people that you trust, you want to get their reaction, what they think of it. Like, did I do something good? I think it's funny. Do you think it's funny? I had him read it on the phone with me, and he laughed his ass off through the whole damn thing. And like, cool, and this is what I'm kind of aiming for is the old American Pie movies, the original ones, the funny ones.
Yeah,
I want to do like that kind. I want to do like superhero sex comedies, where it's like it's a superhero story, it's action adventure, but it's also a sex comedy. There's going to be hot chicks. There's going to be all kinds of dirty jokes. You're going to. Tits are going to pop out. As Ethan will say, the boobies pop out. Even, that's what he says about my comics, and I'm fine with that. That's what happens. So that's kind of what I'm aiming for. Fun action adventure, but like over the top kind of sex comedy kind of thing. And I showed him the new Blue Bombshell story for Maidens of Mayhem, which is the new book coming out probably late September. He laughed his ass out. He's like, this is what you should be doing all the time. And I kind of think I'm going to lean everything kind of a little bit more towards that. Because I like writing comedy. I like stuff that's funny. I like stuff that kind of pushes the envelope a little bit. So, and I think there's an audience for that. And there isn't a lot of material out there. Like American Pie movies were massive hits back in the day. Like that kind of humor, that kind of guys, whatever. I think there's still an audience out there, especially Comicsgate. I think Comicsgate would love that.
They would go like fratty humor.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Frat boy mentality, like the old SNL movies, Animal House, all that kind of stuff. Yeah. Like they won't do those movies anymore because it's like looked down upon.
Clint, if you're not careful, you might be sponsored by Bud Light.
No, not Bud Light.
No.
Wait.
No Bud Light here. I'll go Coors.
I'll take that sponsor.
I'll take that sponsor. Yeah.
I'll take Coors. I'll take Miller Lite. No Bud Light.
Exactly.
Man.
Can you imagine that check?
Yeah, dude. No, those guys are desperate, man.
They would try and get me just to try and write their brand, but I ain't down with it.
Those guys are desperate because they're losing market value. Like,
don't try that. Don't try that shit in a small town, Pedro.
Yeah, dude. I'll burn one IP just to get one check, and then I'll disappear.
Yeah. That's exactly what Bud Light needs. Is they need a character like Death Raider drinking Bud Light.
Yeah, exactly. Give me one check.
Oh yeah, one big fat check. Yeah. Eric, I actually have a G.I. Joe style comic idea.
Yeah,
but I've got to get through Death Raider. I got to get through the introduction of Hercules and Death Raider. I gotta finish my Death Raider, because Death Raider is actually Death Raider Wars. I got a bunch of Death Raider Wars books to do before I can do a new property.
Yeah, and that's the thing is like it takes time to do all these books, and then you got a billion ideas. So it's like you need like the notebook on your desk, and like literally, like I'll think of ideas. I'm away from the house, and I'll just sit email myself on the phone, just so I'm like, because I'm so absent-minded. Like 10 minutes after I thought of something, it's out of my head. And when I've got ideas that I really want to use for the future, you need that list of stuff.
Well, and think about how long each project takes, because not only do you have to set it up and start promoting it as you start drawing it, and then you got to draw it, and then you got to crowdfund it. It's
it's a massive undertaking.
Yeah,
no, it's a massive undertaking, and like,
you have to decide if you actually want to draw it for 6 months.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's the thing is like once the campaign's done, guess what? You're drawing it for 16 months, whether 6 months, whether you like it or not. Like, yeah.
No, you gotta really have to like your concept if you're going on.
Yes.
This is not a commission. This is not like I'm working for. What are you drawing like?
And here, I'll give everybody a little peek, and I think Rob will back me up on this.
Okay.
It doesn't matter how much you love the project at the beginning, how much it's like your dream project or whatever. By the end, by when you're trying to get those last pages done, when you've been drawing this book for like literally 6 months, you just want to get that book finished. It's like no matter what the project is, after working on something for so long, it's like I just need to get this finished. So I don't care what the next thing is. I need to move on to something different. And it's like you get so excited about the next thing because you've been it's like any job. You've been working so hard on this for so long.
Hey, you get burned out. Yeah.
Yep. You get burnt out. You just want it finished. And that's why an old artist trick is you never leave the last pages for the end.
No.
Like you've got the script, you draw the last pages, the finale of the book early on, because that's when all your energy is going to be on that first half of the book. And then like you can like literally go through a script and be like, okay, here's a page that like nothing super exciting happens. It's just kind of and you save those pages for the end, because you're not going to have the same energy at the end of a project that you do at the start.
I always start by the big fight.
Out the last pages of the book. You want to have that kind of intense energy on it. That's a trick that I learned early on when I was an artist assistant for a big name artist at DC. I worked as his assistant for a while, but that was like one of my first comic book gigs. And like he showed me right away. He's like, "This is what you do. It's like you take these pages, you save them for the end because they're kind of crap, and then these last pages where all the big stuff happens, you do those first because you want that to look the best." So
I know, because I got some of those pages. I would get pages in the deadline rush where I'm like looking at them going, "Oh man, there's no cool pages in here." These are
it's like we need to slide these out. They were all the shit pages in the book.
Yeah.
Yep, that's an old pros trick right there.
Well, so far I've been picking all the pages where I have to design the characters, because I like once the pages are done, it's set in stone. Like, this is how they look. This is what they are. Now, as I fill in pages in between, I know what more of the
deadline pressure.
Pressure Marvel
of the
DC
big two. Marvel and DC, there's always that deadline pressure. With crowdfunding, that is one of the other big benefits of crowdfunding. Is like these guys, like you can see what the big name guys are doing on these pages. Ethan posts these pages, and the detail, like these are like arts pages that he's posted on Black and White, Andy's pages that he's posted on Choreograph. Like, these guys are making the best books of their lives. They are like there's no like let's skip this page. There's no skipping over. Like, every page they're pouring everything into on these books. And that's what crowdfunding allows. Is these guys are the top artists of their generation, really, and they're doing the best work of their careers. These books are,
you can see the passion, gorgeous. Man. You can see the passion in it.
Oh, absolutely. The passion every freaking page. So
Ladies Man 227. I think he misunderstood the scheduling that we're talking about with Marvel and DC books, because the first few pages were always like splashy, and a lot of the Marvel and especially the DC stuff I worked on. So those first few pages are the pages that pull people in. So those are always big, cool pages.
You'll get the script and the first 5 or 6 pages, all the action, all the excitement. And then those middle 10 pages are like a lot of talking heads, a lot of exposition,
building stuff,
a lot of plot point movement. And then you get the big cliffhanger at the end. And so, but then depending how you get those pages from the writer is the other thing. There was an artist. There was an artist, and he might have just killed his career. And I'm not going to remember any names, so I'm not going to mention him. But he was bitching about, he was at Marvel, and he was bitching about how he was getting his script so late. And he made a big fuss about it, posted on Twitter, it got picked up by Bleeding Cool. And it's like, all that's probably 100% true, but way to ruin your career, because first of all, you just threw the writer under the bus, and the writer posted that it wasn't her fault. She had turned the script in a month earlier. But even worse,
the editorial was decided.
Even worse than you just threw your editor on the bus. And that's something you can never do, because guess who's giving you your job next month? That editor. And now what incentive does he have? This is what a lot of rookie artists don't realize is, no matter how bad your editor treats you, you can never say a thing about it, because he's the guy who's giving you your job next month. And this guy basically probably just ruined his whole career, because all these editors are just looking out for themselves. They don't care about these artists that are working on the books.
No, they're just watching deadlines now. They're traffic cops. They're deadline.
That's all they're doing. That's all they're doing. And if you're gonna make them look bad, they got no incentive to give you more work. So you're done.
With DC, there's 52. What was the next launch after 52? I always forget the name of that.
After the New 52?
Yeah, was it Dawn of something? Or
I've been losing track of it. I mean,
that second launch, I went from being part of the New 52 launch.
You go with it for a second, Rob. I'll be right back.
Okay. And which was a lot of fun. And then by the time they had to relaunch the universe again for whatever that relaunch was, I had no brand new #1 books to work on, and I was working on Firestorm, but I started hearing all the rumors of, like, writers would turn in a script for the first couple issues of all of that new launched books, and how editorial would take weeks and weeks and weeks to get back to the writer, and their scripts would be covered in notes because there was so much pressure on that new DC relaunch to be as successful as the 52 launch was, that they were micromanaging everything, and then it turned into there was the books that were really good, and then the rest of the books were a giant mess of unhappy pencilers waiting on scripts, unhappy writers waiting on scripts. And part of me actually was kind of happy that I wasn't part of that. You know, everybody likes to work on a brand new series, but then when you hear of all the crazy headaches, you're just like, oh, I'm glad I was working on Firestorm, which wasn't a part of that launch at all. So,
and that's the
Rebirth. Yes, Randy, Rebirth. Rebirth was a giant micromanaged mess.
Good
Some
call.
of the books were really good, but others. See, Randy always remembers everything. I have forgotten everything.
And this is the other thing, is even when you're like a semi-pro like me, like who gets a gig every once in a while, it's all the gossip behind the scenes. Comic creators, there's like a whole, like, what's his face from Bleeding Cool has made a living off of it. But all the comic gossip.
Rich Johnson?
Yeah, Rich Johnson. But like all the comic gossip, all the creators talking behind the scenes that are buddies from cons and stuff. Like there's a whole industry behind the scenes of everybody talking about like who's good to work with, what's your rates, all that kind of stuff, and it's always interesting.
Yeah, Randy says New 52 was uneven. That's because the books that were strong before the relaunch were strong afterwards. And it showed you that DC didn't have enough creators lined up to do really strong books for everything.
Yeah.
Because I remember seeing some of those books, and I think I did some ink covers, some inks on some of those covers of books that were just like, what are you guys thinking? Like, I remember because DC sent me everything. They sent me all their stuff that they published. Yeah. I would look through it and go, this is like a book out. This is like 1985. What are you guys doing? Like, this is when was 52, Randy? 2010, 2012, something like that.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, 2009, 2010. Some of those New 52 books were like, even I worked on Red Lanterns. Ed Venice and I launched Red Lanterns. That thing was horrific. It's like they didn't know what to do, so they did nothing. Like they were stalling for the rest of the Green Lantern universe to catch up with their stories. They did nothing on that Red Lantern book for like the first 6 issues.
Wow. And the thing is they'll call it like a company-wide relaunch or something. But like it's only a relaunch for some of the books that are like established and prepared to do it. Some of the lower tier books are just like the editors are just like, okay, yeah, but they're just going to keep doing what they're doing because they don't have don't have the talent or the lineup to bring in something new. They're just like it's status quo. We're just slapping a new label on it.
Yeah, even if they bring in different creators, they already proven that they can't get the guys that are good on the book. Yeah. So now you're telling them, well, we're going to relaunch it with a new team. And a lot of times,
hey, Clint, you have some fan art, man. Check out the link. Well, Marcus Kilroy.
Marcus posted this earlier, and I wanted to mention it, and then we got sidetracked right away.
Yeah.
How do I here? Let me pull it up on Twitter, and then I can.
I have it. I mean,
share it to me.
Share the screen.
Yeah, Marcus drew a kick-ass blue bombshell, which, man, I love seeing people draw my characters. Oh, there we go. Perfect. Yeah, I love seeing people draw my characters cool. and posting them. So, yeah, this was totally kick-ass. Nice job, Marcus.
Yeah,
Me personally, I would have made her tits a little bit bigger.
Yeah, but it's not a competition.
Though. It's not a competition. That's me. But like you nailed the look. I like the waist. I like the hips.
Yeah.
But like she
really dynamic.
Like she was straining to fly because of her tits were so freaking heavy. Like maybe a little arch in her back, just in the corner of her eyes, a little bit of back pain you could see.
The strain.
Yeah, but no, great looking pinup, Marcus. Love seeing this. I saw this morning when he posted it, and I liked it and retweeted it right away. And man, there's being a creator in CG, one of the funnest things I found and had my experience being is people drawing my characters that I created.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Seeing people draw Pirate Queen, seeing people draw Blue Bombshell, man, I love every time I see it. It's freaking awesome. I love that there's a fan base out there for these books, and it's one of the things that's so awesome about Comicsgate. So, yeah, thanks, Marcus. This put a smile on my face first thing this morning when I woke up. This was right in my notifications, and I was like, "Fuck yeah!" Got Shane to sign first. Oh, that's pretty cool. Ladies Man was done in Tampa.
Did Shane create some of the Red Lanterns? I know he created the cat.
The cat was the big thing. That cat story that Shane did, man. I don't remember it clearly now, but I remember reading it. And it was like, God damn, Shane Davis is a good writer. This is way before I knew Shane
created Bleach too, right?
It's like,
yeah, he created Bleach, the Red Lantern, the chick.
Yeah. Oh yeah, probably him too.
With the bat wings. Yeah.
Oh, he did. I didn't know that. Yeah. That's cool.
Oh yeah, okay. That sounds right too. It's hard. There was a whole lot of lanterns that showed up in that whole thing. That's I was working as an assistant, and we were doing the all the black lanterns and all of that stuff. And so like all of a sudden, all these lanterns are showing up with the Jeff Johns. You know, all of those storylines, and that was another time when I was working as assistant.
Yeah,
you lost track of who created who because so much stuff was being created then.
I still would like to know what the Red Lantern's power is besides that they spew blood. Like,
I know that was just
like
rage. It was a visual thing, but it wasn't it hate.
Yeah, it's hate.
Yeah, it was rage. It was rage.
Then they used the spewing of blood as like it was a good visual. It was an original, unique visual, I would say.
Because I think sometimes they would make shapes, you know, like the Green Lanterns would, but not, you know, a lot of times it was just they're gonna, you know, the two characters are just smashed together, and the Red Lantern would spew their blood on them, and the blood could burn through the Green Lantern shield. So I
was Atrocitus, was that who's the South American dude that draws like Alan Davis?
Oh, Ivan Rice.
Was Atrocitus Ivan Rice?
No, wasn't it Ethan?
Or was it?
Yeah.
Was Atrocitus Ethan?
I think
it might have been Ethan. Yeah.
Okay, it was
Ethan was on all the Green Lantern stuff.
Yeah, because I know Ethan created a lot of the different lanterns.
Yeah.
But Atrocitus, I'm pretty sure it was Ethan.
Well, and Atrocitus, of all of those lanterns, Atrocitus was the one that really hit home for a lot of the fans. I think he was.
It was a great design, man. It was
he was the coolest design. So, but there was so many that came
in Green Lantern. And he did nothing in Red Lanterns. It was really weird.
But because they gave him Flash. That's the thing. Like he designed. He was in Green Lantern, then they gave him like Flash Rebirth, and he went to.
I meant Atrocitus did nothing on. Lanterns. Like he was cool in Green Lantern. He's got his own book. It sucked.
Yeah, you need another good writer because I mean Jeff Johns was just killing it then with ideas and like fun, cool. I mean, he made the Green Lanterns cooler than they've ever been, and now it's like that book barely registers. It's like you need a writer like that has a passion for the characters, and it's DC doesn't know what to do with half of these characters. Jeff Johns made Green Lantern almost every bit as cool as Batman and the whole universe around him, and then they just let it fall apart because they had no talent. They had no talent to keep the storylines going.
Clint, can you change the comment? I don't want to be a part of this highlight.
We don't know. We don't know.
We don't know.
DC doesn't send me free books anymore, so I have no idea what the White Lantern is.
Yeah, dude. Oh my God, White Power.
I haven't read a DC comic book in years.
That's just amazing. White Power Lanterns. What would they think?
White Power.
I think they're around here or there. They pop up every once in a while.
Yeah, every once in a while with blankets and burning cross and.
Oh, it was Ethan that did.
Okay.
Yeah. That makes sense. That totally makes sense.
Yeah.
Yep. So, awesome Blue Bombshell. I appreciate that. So we'll so this is the Superiors closeout night. So we'll take a look back and oops, I gotta.
Yeah, show us some of the interiors. You always show us the cover.
Yeah.
Oh, what? He got angry with us. I apologize.
No,
I didn't mean
that was uncalled for, man.
All these buttons. I understand. I understand all of Art's issues.
A keyboard full of buttons.
Trying to run the shows. There's just so many buttons.
I'll be right back.
Okay. And I already refreshed it, so this isn't going to be as big a surprise. But we there we go.
All right, dude.
Already over 23.
There you go.
We blew past 23 while we were talking, so that is awesome to see.
Yeah.
Oh, geez, yeah.
There you go.
We're climbing. Yeah, I hadn't hit the refresh. Well, I was like, oh, I already hit the refresh, and we're over 23. But
scratching that 24, baby.
Yeah, 20. I mean, man, it's 25. Is 25 in sight? Because that's a big number.
Right now we're on 24. Let's get to 24.
Yeah. No, these are awesome numbers to hit. I'm super stoked about this. Again, this book, the main Spears book is finished. The Early Visions book is finished. Like literally, I'm closing this down so I can get the numbers to send to the printer. It will be going to the printers this week, by the end of the week, starting tomorrow. I want to be shipping this book out, and it's all dependent on the printer. My printer has been very solid with me. 2 to 3 weeks, I get the books back from the printer. So I'd very much like to be starting shipping this book out before the end of August. This is not a book that you're going to be waiting 6 months for. This is not a book you're going to be waiting a couple of years for. This book is going to be shipping out in the next 2 months, and hopefully to have it all shipped out this fall, definitely before the end of the year. So, and this is all to move on to Maidens of Mayhem. That's the next book. 60 pages, full color. Pirate Queen, Blue Bombshell, Sword Maidens. That's the next book. This book is Superiors, and Mayhem Comics just keeps moving on. I got more ideas. I got more characters. Scroll. Oh,
yeah. So we can see interiors.
Oh, yeah. You want to see okay.
Yeah.
Oh, here.
See some interiors.
Here, we'll scroll down, and then you know what? I'll pull up some of the Who's Who pages. There you go.
Oh yeah, you promised those last week.
Yep, I've got Who's pages. They're not completely finished, but you can kind of see what the process is. But this is cover A. This is the main cover by me. This is the Yellow Flash variant cover. Yellow Flash has been a big backer and fan of this book. Can't thank him enough for kind of pushing this. So I wanted to do a fun variant. This is an homage to Flash 139, the first appearance of Yellow Flash. And you read the word balloon there. This is a direct homage for Flash 139. But this Yellow Flash guy from 2023 is anti-woke like myself. Instead of bowing to the woke tards, he's breaking their rules. He's a freedom fighter. And I mean, it just worked out perfect with the way that cover was. So Yellow Flash really liked this and told me to run with it. And he's promoted the book big time. So that's been a lot of fun and brought a lot of new.
You know what I really like about that cover? The retro futuristic police cars.
Oh yeah,
police cars. It evokes that.
Breaking down what some of the old school artists were doing, it was in the simplicity, but the beauty and the design. It's so much fun to look at this old stuff and kind of try and emulate it and replicate it, because there's such a subtlety to what they're doing. It's not overly complicated, but then when you pull back and look at it, it's just beautiful.
It's a vision of the future from the 70s.
Yeah, if you look at those little buildings in the background and the little ships and stuff, it's I really enjoyed doing the homage of that cover. It was a lot of fun, and it kind of made me study even more some of the classic artists and what they did with stuff. So more variant covers.
That's a great cover.
I love Travis. I've always been a huge Travis fan. This is me trying to emulate his style a little bit, but I can't touch him. But this was just me having fun with it and just kind of doing that really detailed dot line rendering on everything. And this cover is for myself more than anything.
Have you noticed something, Rob?
What's that?
No interiors yet.
I know he's doing that on purpose.
It's all covers.
It's all covers. It's all covers. No interiors.
X-Men,
homage.
John Byrne, homage.
This is awesome.
Oh, dude, that's a great cover too.
Oh, look at that, dude. That's awesome.
I have to speed through the covers to get to.
Oh my God, that's a lot of covers, man. Jesus.
Here's interiors. Here's an interior.
You're a cover fool.
Here's where I skimped on the interiors, Pedro.
Okay, there you go.
Just like I kind of rushed through most of these interiors. I didn't put.
Yeah, you can tell.
Yeah,
Look at that.
This is rushed.
What
Jesus
the?
Christ. How dare you?
What? More buildings?
More buildings?
What is this? A comic book about buildings?
This is an architecture manual. Yeah.
Under chin upshots, Rob.
Yeah, exactly.
Impressive.
Yeah.
Difficult angle to draw.
You're just trying to make your life easier.
Yeah.
I want Death Raider to be a giant success, just so I can do Death Raider 2 is just a bunch of splash pages.
Mm-hmm. Yes. No, that's a good.
That would be fun. That would be fun.
No, absolutely. That is absolutely a good reason to do it.
Dude, this stuff is so good though.
Dude.
I love your character designs. The character design is really fun. This bad guy is awesome. It's great. Titan kicks ass. So
I had a lot of fun doing this book, and like this whole sequence when the evil Titan just kind of obviously literally slices and dices through like this whole sequence. Yeah. This was a lot of fun for me, so I hope everybody gets a kick out of it. And again, this book is finished. I'm going to get the final numbers tonight, tomorrow. If you guys are catching this on the rewind, back it tonight. Indiegogo doesn't shut it down instantly, so you should have a little opportunity to back this tonight, maybe even tomorrow morning. But yeah, don't wait. Because, I'm going to close this out, send it to the printers. And, I want to get this out to everybody as fast as I can. Because I want to build that trust with backers that and I've kind of got myself in the position where I can have books finished by the end of the campaign and ship them out then. And I want people to realize that they're not going to be waiting on books, just to kind of like boost myself up, because I'm not a big name, so you want to build that confidence with backers, and that's what I'm trying to do. So I love this panel. This is just like the destruction. I love the android guy Gollum. His head is just ripped off. Bloodwing over here.
Oh yeah.
Trident shoved in his ribs.
Skewered.
Oh.
Yeah.
War Eagle's trying to make one last stand, and like Titan is just choking him with no effort. Red Giant has got a big laser blast through his chest. So like, he just decimated the rest of the team, and he's just kind of smirking at them. And
I know exactly what we're going to be talking about next year. Next year, people are going to be in chat complaining and whining. I didn't get this book. When's this book coming out again? Yeah. They're going to be complaining. This is so awesome. Why didn't I get to see this? And I'm like, because you were busy ordering some of the other guys' books for the fourth time, or pissing away your money on super chat.
And people can order whoever's books. People can order whoever books they want.
Yeah,
I just don't want them to miss out on my book either. So
and they're going to miss out on this.
Well, no, they've got the night is long tonight, and it's into the morning tomorrow, and who knows when IGG is going to close out. So this is an opportunity.
Your second release of this book is going to sell at least 2 to 3 times more than this first release, because they're going to be like, where was this book?
Possibly.
Can you please highlight Randy Howell's comment? That's the comment of the night.
Yes. Or Marvel. Screw both those companies. They hate
Not
you.
That one.
I was on the other on the other page scrolling, so
Marvel and DC.
Now I want a Twix. Ooh, Twix are good.
Twix are good. But
no more caramel. Under boob, under chin. Nice.
Next one.
Yep.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Yeah. There we go.
Mm-hmm. They do. They hate you. The editors complain about. They complain about the fans all the time now.
Oh God. They don't care about the fans.
I don't know what they care about.
DC editor or Marvel and DC editors don't give a shit about the fans. They don't give a shit about selling comics. They only care about the PC agenda, the SJW agenda, and the creators who are working for them are not writing for the fans because the fans aren't giving them their next gig. They're writing for these editors. So these everybody who's a comic pro who's writing books right now is writing to please this SJW agenda that these editors have in these East Coast liberal cities, and they don't give a shit about shitting on 50, 60, 70, 80 years of Marvel and DC history. They'll shit on it like it's nothing because they don't care about it. The fans care about it. Like Tony Stark can marry Emma Frost and he can be Tony Frost. That's fucking bullshit.
Tony Frost.
That is such bullshit. And like, you know what? Fuck them.
Yeah.
We got our own thing. We're making our own thing over here. CG is building every day, and they're losing fans every day, and that's just how it is. Yeah. They're alienating. They're alienating 50 years of fandom, and let them keep doing it. Because
Randy, what was the Rob Liefeld Jim Lee event called when they did the Marvel books?
Heroes Reborn.
All right, there you go. So in 2 years, when Clint and I are doing a Marvel books, and it won't be Heroes Reborn, it'll be what do you think?
SJW's dead.
Yeah. Jerk-off's board. No.
Yeah. Jerk-off. Yeah. Petri dish.
So, Clint, which books are you going to work on?
Ooh, Dream Project.
I'm doing Wolverine.
I love team like literally like the Superiors. I would take Avengers. I'd take Justice League. I love team books. I love.
You know what? If they offer me, if they say, "But what book you want to do?" Heroes for Hire.
Really?
But it would have to be.
Power Man and Iron
regime.
Fist?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. It would have to be regime change.
Yes.
This is not. I'm not working for SJW.
Me neither.
No. We wouldn't work for page rates. It's a contracts. Yeah, we would be working for contract money. Yeah. Signing
getting pegged by the White Queen now. That's what it sounds like.
Oh no. Like Liefeld talked about the Heroes Reborn. The negotiations took a year and a half.
And that's with Rob, who had clout and power.
Yeah.
Like,
yes,
you don't know
numbers behind.
Like, I don't think anybody understands how many of these big name guys get bent over by Marvel and DC because they don't have another option. Like, Rob had his own company. Rob had Image. The only power these Image guys had was they had their own company that they were making money off of. All these guys that are like big name guys still at Marvel and DC, like they're praying to God they can hold on to their page rate because they're overpaid compared to what the 95% of the rest of the artists are making.
Oh, they're just working for variant covers to sell.
Yeah,
that's
if you've got a $400 or $500 page rate, you're just praying to God that nobody notices and axes you because of it, because they can get cheaper artists and they don't care what the books sell. So your name doesn't have any power to it anymore. Because even if you bring your name, if you're a name artist and you bring your name to a book and it sells better, the editor doesn't care. Like that, it's not keeping the editor's job because your name sells the book. So you got zero power anymore.
And they don't even want. They don't want
their books to get noticed.
No.
Yeah, they don't want.
That's the last thing they want.
These editors want to
keep superstars happy.
They want to fly under the radar and keep collecting their checks. Make sure they're pushing the right political agenda. Yeah, it's like, I mean, it's transparent what's going on, and they're just pumping out garbage for the sake of pumping it out because they're collecting checks. They don't give a shit about the history of Marvel and DC superheroes.
Can you imagine me on Wolverine? Can you imagine how needy I would be with the editor? Like, I'd be like, hey, I really need to, I need this character for the next issue of my story. And the editor's like, well, we can't get that character. And I'm like,
first of all, they wouldn't know what character you were talking about.
Yeah, exactly.
Because they would have no idea about the history of Wolverine.
But I'd be like, no. I'm not drawing any more pages until I get this character for the next story.
They'd be like,
what are you doing, Rob?
They'd be like 27 years old and have never even heard of the character. Wolverine's part of the X-Men? Why didn't anybody tell me Wolverine was part of the X-Men?
Yeah.
They're like, you can't have Sabretooth in your Wolverine Ninja story.
Okay. How many frames going in your page? What? Frames. Yeah, like
how many panels?
Yeah, exactly. They're not gonna know what a panel is. They're gonna I went to film school, all right? So I kind of know about storytelling. So what frame rate are you using on your page?
My Wolverine Ninja story would be all splash pages.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
6 issues of splash pages.
It's been a while. What was it? They did all splash pages for Superman versus Doomsday. And I think
Jim
did
Lee
Art
did
ink some of that
issue.
stuff, or did he just ink the covers?
Oh, I don't think he did any interiors. I think he was already over. I think he said that he was already at Marvel doing X-Men stuff.
Okay, because I knew he did covers for the Doomsday stuff, but I wasn't sure about interiors.
Yeah, I think so. I think we asked him. We asked him if he did any Superman and Death of Superman stuff.
And I know Jurgens did the one issue where it was all splash pages, but that was probably him and Brett Breeding, I'm thinking.
Yeah. Is that where they were fighting Doomsday and that's when Superman gets killed?
Yeah, because that whole book I think was splash pages, and then it was the double page splash with the cape all torn up, the classic scene.
Yeah. Did you see Jim Lee's Stormwatch issue that was all splash pages? Richard Bennett inked it. No. It was actually.
I might have missed that one because I tried to buy everything Jim did, but when he every once in a while he'd do something like that, and I'd miss it.
It's actually one of my favorites just because it was just splash pages. So him trying to tell a story in splash pages was kind of cool.
No doubt.
Plus, I always liked Richard Bennett.
Oh, okay. So these are a couple of pages from my new book.
Ooh, speaking of cool ass shit, Pedro's got some stuff here.
Is that a mushroom in space? A giant mushroom?
Actually, it's a giant symbiote planet-size kaiju that will basically use the life forms of your planet against you.
Oh no!
So these guys are escaping from their planet. They're coming down to Earth. And
sweet.
This is them fighting in hyperspace.
And you're coloring it too, right?
Yeah, I'm doing everything because
that looks fucking gorgeous.
Yeah. I like paint, so I color too.
Yeah, nice. No, I love the tones, that bright yellow with the reds and oranges.
Yeah,
that looks awesome, Pedro.
I wanted to come for a different concept of hyperspace. So it's I was interpreting like plasma. So they're going through a mire and. I came up with that. I don't know how effective that is, but
I think it's a good idea.
Yeah. So
this guy's cool.
Yeah.
This guy's cool. This robot.
Yeah. These are all alien technology, and they're gonna come down to Earth. It's gonna be interpreted, and it's gonna be inclusive because every country's gonna have its own kaiju, but it's gonna be really fun because the Mexican robot is gonna be really funny. and there's a Korean robot and a Chinese robot, and
that's a fun idea though.
Yeah,
and to draw all the robots and the kaijus and shit and everything. And the stuff is that is such a genre in and of itself.
Oh yeah, dude, this is a love letter to the 80s. Everybody does love letters, but it's just the giant mecha anime from the 80s.
It's such an established genre now that you can do fun stuff with it and do tweaks on things because everybody kind of knows the baseline of it. Yeah. And that's when a genre becomes fun and where you can kind of turn it on its head a little bit.
Yeah, so there's a little bit of Star Trek action. He's like the Scotty of the ship. We can give you more power, Jim.
No, I can't give you no power, Captain.
And that's a nice blue purple space too.
Oh yeah, dude. I was looking to a lot of pictures of like how space, the pretty space, and those hues and nebulas. Like I'm really like leaning on that.
Yeah, that's cool. I like that.
So they're like going into hyperspace. So yeah, guys, Waifus and Kaijus, we're launching I'm finishing the trailer for the mailing list. So in a couple of weeks, we're going to be launching that, and it's going to be 80 pages.
Oh wow!
Launching the sign-up page or launching the campaign?
No, the sign-up page. We're going to be launching in Fund My Comic and Indiegogo, but we're going to do like 3 months of sign-ups before we do that.
Yep.
But yeah, we're going to keep it on the side, guys. There's going to be a lot of animation involved, so I'm busting my butt.
I bet you have some fun with that. I can't wait to see those trailers, dude.
Yeah.
And
trailers that are not signed, Jimmy.
Oh, you got to be nice. I'm gonna have a Death Raider 2 trailer at some point.
Okay. Yeah, so I can make a trailer and I won't sign it. So
this is you writing and drawing, Pedro?
What's that?
Writing and drawing this project?
No, it's this time Mark Mulgrave is writing. James Gingerton. He was the editor for Tropical Magics. And I came up with the concept, and I said, like, you want to give it a go? And he made an awesome story. Because it was called Waifus and Kaijus. It's gonna be like huge titties, robots, and kaijus.
Yeah.
But dude, he came with a very compelling story. Like, dude, it's like a bunch of not teenagers, they're like in like early 20s, but they're all like Olympians.
Okay.
So like every Olympic team like sent their members of their teams because they were like the most agile in the world.
To run the kaijus, kind of.
Yeah, exactly. To run the robots.
That makes sense.
It's all about like physical prowess, so it makes sense. So basically, it's an Olympic villa. So there's a lot of sexual tension within it. So it's cool. It's a really cool story, man. Like, you guys are gonna enjoy it. And dude, the Chinese guy is a dick. Like, but you're gonna love him. He calls himself handsome Tian Yu. And when you call yourself handsome, it's just like, okay, dude. What do you think? And he thinks it's like all the ladies are in his pocket, and then there's like this Irish chick. Really cool looking, awesome, called Sophia Ryan. You got the Korean chick called Soo Yin Kim, and the American chick, Jackie Harris, and the three of them are hot. And
nice. Yeah. I like it. I like all those ideas. Sound like a lot of fun.
Oh, Pedro, this is comics. You have to show us the hot chicks.
I'm gonna show the hot chicks.
Show us. Showing. This is we're even on video.
So when are you planning on launching the mailing list?
The mailing list, next week probably.
Oh, soon. Okay.
Yeah, very soon.
This is not too far off for the mailing list.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
I'm getting like the group shots. I think I have something around here.
Pedro, maybe you should be here Sunday to launch the mailing.
Oh, yeah.
That might be helpful.
Could
work good.
Plus, send us links so we can share it on Twitter and stuff.
Awesome. So yeah, so now I'm sharing the ladies.
Oh, there we go.
See?
Why am I having to tell you people this? I'm the new one.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I'm the new one.
This is what we're looking for, Pedro.
Yeah, so
dude, this looks great.
That looks freaking awesome, dude.
So yeah, so the robots are called Valiant Angels, and they're like new technology interpreting how women move. Because women are more graceful and whatnot, so that's how they fight. And this
is going to be part of the sign-up page, right? This artwork.
Yeah, I'm preparing like. I have all this.
No, that's a hint.
For sign up.
Hint.
Yeah.
That's a hint.
Actually,
dude, I love this. I love this right here. This looks great.
And it's gone. Dude, that was awesome. Yeah.
Wait.
Oh, you got more stuff even.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, and the shot of the robot in the background too. Dude, that's awesome.
Are you ready to save the world with me?
Yeah, there you go. That's Sophia Ryan from Ireland. And
I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Love it,
That
man.
stuff's cool.
This looks fantastic.
And it looks really fun too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's a lot of fun, man. Like there's even like a Hindu robot driven by a chick called Sandy Gupta, and it's inspired on Rama. So she's an archer, so he uses a bow, and she's gonna be part of the story too. But
Pedro,
nice.
I have one insight that you can immediately not listen to. Well, because you're doing this anime manga stuff, have you thought about doing any like the Dua shade textures at all?
Oh, you mean like Cipitone or?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like Zipatone.
Probably. Like I don't know. Since I'm like doing the coloring.
You're saying that, but you could do that in the color. You know how they have that color that's also. I think that might be a really interesting texture to just add in places that would just beef it up a little bit, because it looks great, but like
it could always be bumped up a bit more.
I love the chick designs, dude.
Yeah.
A plus. Some of my theories and comics may have rubbed off on you, I think.
I'll pay attention, sir.
Yeah.
No, I love it. I love the character designs. I love the kaiju and all this, the wife. This is fun. I love these character designs, dude. These are awesome.
Oh wait, go back to the robot.
Which one?
The one. No, there. Look at that guy. Dude,
awesome. that's the other
Iron Mike.
Robot.
Iron Mike. I love it. Tyson.
Yeah, exactly. And that's not the name of the pilot, but wait, this is the other American pilot. It's not Tyrese Watson anymore, but like he's a Golden Gloves champion. So yeah, that's.
We'll talk more about launches and stuff because I want to talk to Art, but like Pontificators is a good venue, and I think we could have a good venue for launches. Yeah. We just have to tweak a few things, and maybe not Wednesday night. Maybe we do like special launch party nights. Friday night kind of thing
too,
and kind of like build it throughout the week, and like all of us promoting when we do like a big launch kind of thing. Because Art's got a great channel, ton of followers, and I think there's a real opportunity there to like really launch some of this stuff even bigger than we have. So.
This is the Spanish pilot here.
So. We're building slowly. So.
No, these character designs, man. I'm stoked about this, Pedro. I love El Toro. I love all of this stuff, man.
Yeah, it's Cervantes El Toro.
This looks like so much fun.
Oh, dude,
this is the Japanese.
That's
robot.
Cool too. Your robot designs are cool.
Yeah, I'm looking for the Indian one.
You've got a lot of art for this already, dude.
Oh, dude, I'm always doing that. Oh, this is Handsome Tiandu, the Chinese pilot.
I like the hair.
Yeah, and you can
Handsome Tiandu.
Dude, this is definitely you gotta show off all the character sheets on your sign up page.
Oh yeah,
that'll be awesome.
This is the Hindu chick.
There's
they're a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And then she drives.
I like the pig guy. The pig guy's cool too.
Oh, that's cool. That's a cool design right there.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. Look at the feet.
Yeah, I know. I just noticed that too. Yeah. Yeah, you have a lot of like super cool designs.
Oh, thank you, man. Thank you.
This looks like a ton of fun, Pedro. Wow. This is gonna catch a lot of attention for you. That's a good thing.
Yeah, this is the Chinese robot.
Yeah.
Hey,
we gotta figure out launch windows and windows are super important.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we'll talk more about this and
I took into account the mistakes I made with Tropical Magics.
And the thing is that it's so easy on your first campaign, and like you see it after the fact, and it's just stuff that you're like, oh, like I should have realized that, but until like the best thing for your next campaign is getting through your first campaign.
Yeah, exactly.
And getting the mistakes out of the way. And the thing is, people can tell you and they can give you advice as much as they want until you go through it yourself and you're like, oh, okay, yeah, I should have seen that. Until you do that yourself, it's like you can hear all the advice you want, but it's like it's not going to necessarily register. That first campaign, it really makes a huge difference going into your second campaign.
And Rob, I'm going to incorporate that sippy tone idea. That's not bad.
Something else that just because you've only shown a couple of interior pages, but because your pinups and your character designs sheets are so cool. When you work on your pages, I know we're all trying to tell a story, but always remember to have at least one really cool shot.
Okay.
Because I really gravitated towards all your character sheets and stuff that they seem to have an energy that when you're worried about storytelling, that
and boom right here, easy accessory book is a who's who book of all the characters. You've already designed these characters.
Yeah, you already have that art.
You've got the pinups. You throw a little background story on the side of them. Like people were super stoked about my Superiors Who's Who book because people love those books from Marvel and DC back in the day. Who's Who Marvel Universe stuff. Like that's
Randy has a great idea.
Accessory book. So
Randy has a great idea. Instead of doing a launch, do a rolling launch. So you got Dennis and Andy show, Graybeards, Pontificators. So do like, okay, you start your launch like at 5 p.m. all the way through all the shows.
And if you can do that, it's great. Lining that up is a little tricky.
Yeah, it is.
I would love to go on a Friday and start at noon in somebody's channel and then
pop go into another one. Yeah, but that's the thing. Like if we're doing like
it's a great idea. Pulling it off is a little trickier.
But the thing is, like, if we're doing like 3 months of sign up. I mean, it's just a matter of communicating. Like, hey,
the thing is, if you can logistically talk to as many people and say this is going to be my opening weekend that you're friendly with, that they're open to, that you get responses from, but it's like doing that, saying that, and doing that are two different things.
Yeah, exactly.
You would love to be on as many shows your opening weekend as you can, get the word out to the biggest audience. Again. A lot of people, a lot of shows, a lot of people that are busy. So, and then not ripping on anybody. It's just the fact of the matter. So if you can pull it off, absolutely do it.
We're all doing our own thing, man. Like I completely get it. And every help is appreciated. Yeah. And I understand no's. That's the thing. Like you have to understand.
Oh yeah. You don't get mad at somebody because you're not having you on their show. It's like everybody's doing the best they can.
It's the wrong attitude, man. And that's
the attitude is be appreciative of everybody who has you on their show.
Oh yeah.
And understanding of anybody who doesn't have you on the show. Like that's just the best way to operate.
A lot of misunderstandings in CG prior started because of that. Because people were expecting to be like, I don't know, lifted up or whatever. Yeah. Because literally, it's people's time. You have no control over that.
Yeah. And
it's cool.
Everybody.
It's still that way too.
Yeah. It's human nature. So I'm not even going to rip on the people that it's human nature. It's like we're all selfish. we're all focused on the thing that's important to us. And then if somebody doesn't understand how important it is to you, then you're like offended by it. And it's human nature. It's understandable. And people can get, their feelings hurt or whatever and get upset about it. But I mean, you also have to be self-aware enough that everybody's doing stuff.
Exactly. I have a goal, Clint. I have a goal.
Yep.
And it's to die in a yacht full of hookers. And I would love it. All you guys were there with me.
Love to see you die.
Yeah.
Take your last breath.
You die covered in hookers.
Yeah, and a mountain of coke and hookers and.
Oh, that's a beautiful sentiment, Pedro.
Yeah, dude.
that is.
I love you guys. I love you guys. I want you at that part.
Now, Pedro, would you be offended if I close one of your eyes and keep one open, and then take a photo?
I'll be dead already. Like, who cares?
Okay.
Yeah. I'd be concerned of what you're keeping that one eye open for once he's dead, Rob.
Mm-hmm. I think it would be funny.
Doing a whole like Weekend at Bernie's Latin edition.
Wait. Wait! I just saw
Weekend at Pedro's. It's me and Rob. Yeah. Weekend at Pedro's.
Weekend at Pedro's. Yeah.
And it's like we have to keep Pedro alive so that nobody is upset and just kind of dancing him around.
Yeah. Pedro dies a little early, and he's supposed to be the scapegoat for something awful. Exactly. So we are trying to keep him. It's a real dark comedy.
Yeah.
We gotta make sure people think he's still alive for the weekend.
Yeah, because I'm the fall guy. Get it?
Because he's the fall guy. Because someone caught on to a brand new white guy cartel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
we
have to disappear.
The cartels down south on our side as two white guys, and we're like, no, we're with Pedro.
Is this a movie or documentary?
When you got an idea this good, it just starts writing itself.
Exactly.
But we're trying to get out because we know there's no way to get out. So
they'll kill us because we're whitey. They'll kill us because we're whitey. But as long as we're with Pedro, we're one of the guys.
For the weekend, and then Pedro dies. The idea was Pedro was supposed to die at the end of the weekend. And
exactly.
And we leave with all the cash.
It was my plan all along.
Pedro.
But Pedro dies on a Friday instead of a Sunday night.
Exactly.
So now we've got to.
Because the party was so good. Yeah. Because the party was so good.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. Nice.
It just writes itself. It just, it's like you got a whole movie right there.
Super dark. Dark.
Exactly.
Like, when you think of how it was
dark, it's like
Weekend at Bernie's was a comedy and it was really, goofy.
That was
ours will be the exact opposite.
Okay. Do you want to hear a dark story, which is true?
Oh no.
No, boy, I'm not sure. I'm not sure I want to ruin my Sunday night right now. Okay.
No, dude. No. I'm at this wedding.
When Pedro says, "Do you want to hear a dark story from Panama?" No, dude, you know what, Pedro? No, I don't want to.
No,
yeah, dude. Okay, hey, it's a wedding story.
That's even worse. It's like one of those Datelines. It was supposed to be their best day of their lives, and then something suddenly went wrong.
Pedro slept with the bride.
No, not at all.
And then he told the groom, "Why do I want you to be left out? Come on in."
It's nothing sorted like that. Okay, so we're at a party and everybody's dancing, and there's this like old fella, and we're dancing really hard, and he falls.
Okay,
he's knocked unconscious.
Oh,
but nobody notices.
Oh,
are you living in this house now?
No, it was at a beach house. Really,
you driving his car?
No. Check this out.
Living his life.
So he falls. He's unconscious. The girl that was dancing with the old guy said, "Fuck it," and leave. And so he leaves him there. And I was like, shit, it's someone's uncle. We know the dude. It was like, do we interrupt the party? Like, no, people are having fun. So we just pull it out through the window. And
okay.
And then we went outside and called the ambulance because it was serious.
So this was very Weekend at Bernie's esque.
Yeah, dude. So
there's an old guy dying on the dance floor, but let's not ruin the wedding.
Let's not ruin the wedding.
So we'll pull him out the window.
Out the window, and then was like, "Is he waking up? No, he's not waking up. Okay, let's call somebody." And he had a concussion, and the ambulance had to take him away. And
when you have a concussion, you're not supposed to go.
You're not supposed to drag him through the window. I'm pretty sure
no, that wasn't necessary. I know.
Yeah,
but
you're supposed to keep him awake.
Yeah. Oh no, but he fell unconscious. I mean, he fell.
You're supposed to keep him from not going unconscious. Did he go unconscious again after the window?
He was out cold.
Oh, so he ended up with a concussion and it knocked him out. And how long?
Yeah.
How long was he knocked out for before you called the ambulance?
Like a good 15 minutes.
Oh.
And then
Was
they
he
started
twitchy?
and drool. No, he started like drooling and going, and then yeah, and again they put like a neck brace.
Yeah, Randy's got actually a pretty good launch window here for Wednesdays.
Yeah,
the only thing is, I still think Friday nights are better launch because everybody comes home from the weekend or from the work week. And like, what does everybody do? They plunk down on their computers. They want to zone out. They want to look at stuff that's fun.
Yeah.
I think Friday nights are a better launch window than middle of the week thing, especially for the smaller campaigns. The bigger campaigns, they can launch at any night and they're gonna crush. But for a smaller campaign, I think Friday is gonna get more eyes on you just because end of the week. People they're looking for something, escapism, entertainment, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, that Wednesday window.
Okay, but to finish the story, I remember
sorry, I didn't mean to.
No, like the guy's name was Sergio. Well, is Sergio. He's still alive.
But, okay, good. So he's alive. He's
alive. No, but the thing is,
positive.
We go back to the party. Like we take care of the thing, and then like his wife, like, hey, have you seen Sergio's?
And was he at the hospital at this point?
Yeah.
Oh God. Yeah. We saw him fall down. We dragged him through the window. We sent him to the hospital because he had a concussion. Where were you?
She was like, how could you like, wait, who's the wife? We made her feel like, she's like, who's the wife? How don't you know your husband?
He almost died, but yeah, we know where he is now.
We sent him to the hospital.
Oh man!
Like somebody drove her.
Yikes.
And yeah. And then we kept on partying.
Well, yeah, it's a wedding. It's like
it's a wedding, man.
It's not like you're gonna save them.
It's a good time.
Yeah,
that's dark, Pedro.
It is dark. So the escape Pedro's darkness.
Yeah, it's a dark story. There
hasn't been a ton of new comic book news this week, but we do usually like to try and cover, whatever comic book pop culture news is going on. So there was one big thing. So Gal Gadot is promoting her Heart of Stone movie. I think it's Netflix. It's one of the streamings. I think it's Netflix though.
Okay.
And so obviously, when you're doing these PR things for your movies, you're trying to get a little attention for yourself. So Gal comes out and says, and I still am skeptical of all this because none of this has been verified. But Gal comes out and says, well, from what I hear from James Gunn and Peter Safran, we're developing Wonder Woman 3. I have not seen one comment, and this was probably 4 days ago now. It was earlier in the week, and this is Sunday night now. So this was early in the week. This was Monday or Tuesday. And she's trying to get attention for her new movie. So she says this. I have not seen James Gunn confirm this. Obviously, Peter Safran doesn't comment. He leaves everything to James Gunn to comment on Twitter. And James Gunn has been vocal commenting on stuff on Twitter, whether it's a false rumor or he'll point shit out. He hasn't said anything about Gal Gadot saying they're developing Wonder Woman 3. And people are running with this story because here's this DC Universe reboot a lot more complicated if Gal Gadot is in Wonder Woman 3 because you've gotten rid of Affleck, you've gotten rid of Cavill. There's no way they're doing another movie with Ezra Miller. Yeah. Maybe they're keeping Momoa around for something. I've heard rumors that he's staying around for Lobo instead of Aquaman. And that would make more sense in a reboot is because you can switch characters around. And enough of the Marvel and DC movies have had used multiple actors for different roles. No fan is going to be upset if Momoa is Lobo. In fact, they should be demanding it because that's the role he was born to play.
But dude, I do have a question, dude.
Sure.
who else could be Wonder Woman?
Well, and that's the thing. That's the thing where I give it a little bit of credence because Godot, like she fit that role as good as Cavill did.
Yeah, dude. And the other thing is, if she's out, they're getting Lisa or some fat chick to play Wonder Woman.
Oh God,
I don't want that.
I'd be fine with them keeping Godot.
Yeah,
but then
Godot.
Godot. And the thing to me is, what do their contracts say? Because I think that's more important than anything. Is because I think they want to make these movies as profitable as they can with what Warner Brothers has been doing. Warner Brothers has been cutting dead weight, and they're trying to make the company profitable for the shareholders.
Dude,
if Godot is still under contract for a third movie, and you can revamp it and still use her, and she's under a decent contract, Cavill's contract was done.
Yeah.
Like, his contract was done. He had done multiple movies. He was going to come back and he was going to ask for a shitload of money. Ben Affleck is a big freaking deal. Ben Affleck's going to ask for a ton of money no matter what he's doing. No, I'm not. That doesn't say it. I didn't love Affleck. I loved Affleck.
Batfleck? You like Batfleck?
Batfleck was awesome.
Oh, yeah.
I wish he would have got his own solo movie, but he's going to ask for he's going to ask for a ton of money. He's going to be too expensive. And that's where I think everybody is like, oh, why'd they get Cavill's only 2 years older than Godot? I don't think it's age. I think it's 100% about the contract.
It's about money.
Yep. And it's
especially like for Affleck, think about it. The Snyderverse, no matter how productive it was or wasn't, there's a stink on it. There's a stink on Warner Brothers in the movies. What big star wants to come back to do a big expensive movie that might tank and then look bad?
Yeah.
So if Affleck was going to come back, he'd want more. He would want a big check. Same with Cavill. Cavill would want a big check. All I can think of is like what Clint said is Godot is already signed up for a third contract. I think she might be
a third movie.
Yeah, third movie. She might be saying talking about this just so she can get paid off.
Yeah,
here we're gonna pay out the contract.
She wants to keep the limelight on her. She's launching a movie on Netflix. She wants people to pay attention to it so it does well. Because I hadn't even heard of this Gal Gadot movie on Netflix until this reference to Wonder Woman. So that kind of tells you she's trying to build some hype around herself.
I had seen the trailer.
Okay.
I had actually seen the trailer. So
I'd seen her in the Red Notice thing, and she was good in that. Yeah. And I like her. I got no problem with her doing. If they keep her for the Wonder Woman reboot, I get it, as long as I know the reason why. You know what I mean? It's like the fans want to argue is like, why are you getting rid of Cavill? I think it's 100%. Gal Gadot is still under contract for a third Wonder Woman movie, and they've got her at a price point that makes that movie profitable, whereas Cavill had already filled out his contract obligations,
and
then
Affleck had filled out
his contract obligations and was expensive. Yep.
And I don't know if you guys think that. I that's my opinion. Like, Warner Bros. shouldn't have put out The Flash. That was a huge mistake.
Yeah.
That movie was dog shit.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it wasn't. I liked it.
It wasn't dog shit. I think
it was dog shit. I mean, the CGI is
subpar. They weren't gonna put any more money into that movie. Dude, the CGI was where it was halfway through the movie. They weren't gonna put any more money into it. I think
too level, man. Just
all of the extraneous stuff, all the Ezra Miller bullshit, all the Snyderverse bullshit.
Yeah,
like that killed that movie. I think if you sit and watch that movie 10 years from now, where you forget about all the extraneous crap and then ignore the bad CGI at the end, it's not a terrible movie. It's a fun movie.
The Flash is freaking annoying in this movie.
Yeah,
the CGI at the end,
but
is in that weird time there. The CGI at the end is that weird time stuff.
Yeah.
So you could just make that as an excuse, like, well, we're in this time thing. That's why the CGI looks that way.
Yeah.
It didn't bother me at all, and I really liked the Snyderverse, so I really liked seeing Zod and them fighting Zod, and I thought this.
Oh yeah, those cameos were
Supergirl was cool.
Yeah.
I like Supergirl fight. I thought that was awesome, and I liked Michael Keaton in it too. So
the cameos were all right. I had a problem with not even like Ezra Miller. Like I can like block out the fact that it's Ezra Miller. It's just like the Flash. The character was extremely annoying.
Yeah.
Oh, see, I never liked the Flash character.
Yeah, exactly.
And I've noticed that. I have mentioned to my wife, we like the Flash movie because I always thought Flash was like a C-level character. So I never gave a shit about the Flash.
Okay.
So
I do like
think
the Flash. That's the thing. I do like the Flash.
So you wanted more from the Flash, not an annoying jokester.
Exactly. It's like, but he wasn't funny. Like that's the thing. Like an annoying jokester, I get. But if you're just annoying, it's like, dude, no.
Yeah. And I mean, you could tell by the script they realized right away a Flash movie isn't going to hold this up. I mean, they shoved as much Batman into that movie. That was like and
Supergirl. She got shoved into that too.
That if like you're going by percentages, that was like a 51-52% Batman movie.
Yeah, dude.
Probably about a 10% Supergirl movie.
Even that kid that played the Flash
like
in the show,
39% Flash movie, and like it was obvious.
Yeah, but that kid that played the Flash in the TV show, it's a way better Flash than Ezra Miller.
Yeah, that's
but the TV. I actually watched some Netflix or not YouTube clips of Flash because my wife and I stopped watching Flash like with season 4.
Yeah.
When you want to talk about bad CGI, that CW Flash from the last couple of years. Oh, dude.
Yeah, that was horrible.
Flash's main power is super speed and that weird super lightning he keeps throwing because they don't want to do any physical scenes. It's all really bad CGI, like PlayStation 2 CGI.
Yeah, but that's the thing. It's I mean, I understand when it's TV because you're like huge deadlines, the budgets are not that good. But this is a movie, man. Like, we have 200 million. I don't see them.
Yeah, I did wonder where $200 million was.
Yeah, they did not spend it on. They did not spend it on finishing that CGI. Definitely.
No. It's like,
it was probably spent on the Zod scenes. They probably
they
were hoping that was going to sell the movie.
Yep, the battle scene with Zod. They spent the money on that with Batman, with Keaton, and that'll be the next.
Oh, and the Batcave. They said that was the largest Batcave they ever built.
Oh, okay, yeah, and it looked like it, and that'll be the next thing that James Gunn has got to deal with. Is at some point he's going to have to revisit Flash because he's starting out the Superman movie with an established DCU. Like there are multiple superheroes out there. There's already an established Justice League. So there's going to be a Flash out there. If they use Ezra Miller again, I will be dumbfounded.
No,
I can't.
They won't. No
I can't imagine they would ever do that. So then you got to recast the Flash, but you've got the easy.
Just don't have Flash.
Easy Wally West.
Yeah, dude.
Get rid of Flash. Just don't even have Flash in there.
Why would you get rid of Flash though? Flash is a mainstay in the DCU.
Because he's another CGI effect.
Yeah, and I'm not saying they're going to do.
Think about it.
I'm saying in this first 5 years.
Yeah, I know.
That's why the first movies.
That's why Booster Gold, like all these shitty characters nobody cares about. That's why we're gonna see those characters.
Those characters
in Justice League. They're cheaper.
Yeah,
they're cheaper.
Yeah, you're not wrong there.
I mean, come on, man. I still haven't watched that Joker movie because I can't handle that they called it Joker, and then after it made $1 billion, they said, "Well, it's not the Joker you guys like. It's not the Joker you're thinking of."
Yeah,
so I'm like, "F you! I'm never gonna watch it."
Yeah, that is the classic example of if a movie makes enough money, it doesn't matter how they set it up, they're gonna make a sequel.
Yes,
but that's the other thing, like, dude,
like they didn't leave Barbie in the best situation at the end, but there's gonna be a Barbie sequel.
Did it make money? Did it make a lot of money?
Yeah,
Barbie.
It already broke $1 billion.
Barbie.
Did it really?
Barbie
movie made $1 billion.
Barbie broke $1 billion in its third weekend.
Mm-hmm. That shows you how dumb everyone is.
No,
Barbie's making more money than Maverick made last summer, and Maverick was a monster.
But this is the thing: the world is full of women. This is a movie made for women.
Oh, yeah.
That's true.
Some women are married, and some husbands are pussy whipped, so they wear pink and go with their women to see the Barbie movie. So
I did not. Clint, did you go watch the Barbie movie?
I've seen the Barbie movie. I thought it. You can call me pussy whipped if you want to. I don't care. I thought it was funny. I thought Ken was freaking hilarious.
Of course it was.
Like the movie was good. It was, and that's the thing is like, it's woke as shit, but Barbie has always been woke as shit. Yeah. Like, there's a difference between woke and not having a story, and being woke and having a huge fucking underlying story to it. And like, if you want to look at the Barbie movie and just like looking at it as its surface, whatever, that's fine. But if you want to look at it a little bit deeper, there's a lot of fucking messaging going on in the Barbie movie. It's not like this just simple. I thought it was just going to be the silly toys. And like you got Will Ferrell as the bad guy, and it'll just be one of these kind of. But there was a lot more to it. I enjoyed it. I see why it's making a lot of money. Yeah. There's more than just women going to see the movie. But if you want to take shots at me, that's fine.
When I was a kid, I never played with a Barbie.
Well, no, neither did I.
You know what? Because I'm a man.
Had Star Wars.
Now that I'm an adult,
I had He-Man and I had Castle Grayskull, man.
Yeah, but now that I'm an adult, I'm not interested in watching a Barbie movie. I don't like it up the bum, man. I don't know. It's just not my thing, man. Not my thing. I don't have female friends, and they invite me.
No, it doesn't have to be. It's not aimed at guys.
No, it's not. It's not.
It's not aimed at guys, but it can be entertaining for guys. The whole Ken sequence was really interesting. Okay. Like the way they wrote Ken, and Gosling was funny as Ken. Like when he took over Barbie Land, I mean, dude is walking around with fucking like chiseled chest and a full fur ankle length thing from like he saw Stallone in a fur coat. And he's like, yeah, that's how men look. Like there's a whole vibe to it.
Yeah, but that's like, the thing. Like I understand.
It was interesting. It was.
I understand the fact that Ken is an accessory, so he's not really a man, and he's not defined without Barbie.
Well, and I don't even take it as that. It's it's the friend zone, and like, dude, every guy has been put in the friend zone at one point, and like you can relate. Like Barbie put Ken in the friend zone. Like if you've ever been put in the friend zone by a chick you're interested in, it's like, oh yeah, that sucks.
Yeah.
There's some relatable shit in there. It's kind of, I don't know. It wasn't a bad movie.
I get it. I mean, it's making a lot of money, man.
It wasn't a boring or uninteresting movie. It like kind of like, and that's the thing is so many of these movies are fucking cookie cutter, boring, generic shit where you can see the ending coming 10 minutes into the movie.
There's an interesting phenomena though, because I had a barbecue last week here, and I had some friends over, and let's just call her a friend.
Let's call her that, Pedro.
Yeah, let's call her a friend. And we were having a conversation, and it was like, "Have you seen?" They were asking me if I've seen Barbie. I was like, "No, not really." Oh, you don't like it? You're just insecure. You don't want to see it. I'm like,
and it's not. Yeah, like that. I don't like that either.
It's not about me being insecure. It's just that, dude, I'm not interested in watching Barbie. Do you want to see?
No, it's not aimed at everybody.
Yeah, and I told her, like, would you enjoy watching Dune 1984 Dune with me? The 4-hour version.
Yeah.
Nobody would be interested in.
I want to see Sting. I want to see Sting fully oiled up.
Exactly.
Yep, in his like thong, and I want to see that big greasy fat guy that's
oozing with oil and shit.
Oh my
Let's
god!
see that. Let's see that. For 4
Dude,
It's
hours.
getting dark in here.
How
Yeah,
did they
this is
not?
dark.
How did they
Dark
not
stories.
bring like Dune back for like the remake? And it's like spoilers, but yeah, Sting all greased up.
Yeah, exactly.
That was
But
that
the
was
thing is, like,
one.
now fake
That's one
Robert-
hell of a movie.
I mean, but the guy who the character that Sting played is now being played by the guy who played Napoleon Dynamite. Like,
Oh
Fake
yeah,
Robert is
yeah.
like,
Oh, really? The same
Yeah.
actor?
yeah,
Do you you know how
he played Elvis.
usually when they launch a new movie
Mhm.
on cable, the previous sequels and stuff always get thrown out there because you know that they get put out there as a discount
yeah.
because
Mhm.
the studio's trying to drum up some excitement for the
Yeah,
latest
hide the
release.
story. Yeah,
But do you think for Dune 84 they did the exact opposite? They wouldn't let
Yeah, they
anybody
buried
show it. They
Mhm.
buried
They
it.
buried Dune.
they buried Dune 84.
They didn't
Dude,
want anybody to know it existed.
Sci-Fi Channel did a Dune series in 2000s. That's even
Yeah.
worse.
So that's also
Oh yeah.
buried. I
No,
haven't seen
it's
that.
not
I-
worse. It's just lower budget. But
It's lower budget.
this was the hard thing about like being like a young teenager in
Mhm.
like the late 70s, early 80s, is you saw Star Wars.
That's all we had. Yeah.
Yep, and you saw Star Wars and it's like, this is fucking awesome. I love sci-fi movies. And then
That's
the
it.
next few years, you're like, I want to go to every sci-fi movie because Star Wars was so awesome.
Mhm.
So in the next few years, Flash Gordon comes out.
Yeah. Battle Beyond the
It's a goof.
Stars.
The first Star Trek, the original motion picture,
yeah.
and then
The one with the
Dune,
whale. The one
and
with
then
the whale.
Dune. And
Dune.
all three of those movies were like trying to play off of like the Star Wars effect.
Mhm.
And you went and saw those movies and you're like, what the fuck is this shit?
But the thing is, like,
Hey,
Dune is a very complicated story. That
It's an
Yeah.
insanely complicated.
yeah, you shouldn't be able to
story.
film. And dude, like, I don't know, man. Like, I met one of the producers of Dune. The daughter of Dino De Laurentiis.
Dino De Laurentiis.
And no, I met the daughter, not Mr. Laurentiis. I met the daughter, Rafaela De Laurentiis.
Jeez.
And dude, she produced Conan, Conan
Oh,
the
yeah,
Barbarian,
yeah.
Dune. And dude, like, I spoke with her about Dune, and it's like, dude, it was so hard. Like, they filmed it in Mexico. The story ended up being filmed like 4.5 hours of film, edited, and then they had to cut it all out. And then
Yeah.
it was a convoluted mess. And the end, like, there was like a raining at the end of the movie that never happened in the books. It's just like, dude, like, it was what she was telling me is like, dude, like, they try to stay true to the story, but nobody would have gotten it at all. So it's just, the black hole, dude. The thing with the black hole is that the toys from the black hole were really cool, like those little
I
toys.
remember the toys.
Yeah, dude. But the movie in itself is really dark and convoluted, and it's a Disney film, which makes me even more creepy.
Yeah, isn't that where the crew were turned into robots?
Yeah, and there's this
Yeah.
like really awesome like droid that has like a drill, and he
Yeah.
kills somebody through a Bible.
Yeah, it's super
Yeah, dude.
creepy.
Yeah, super creepy movie, man.
Did you guys
Battle
ever
Beyond the
watch
Stars.
Battle Beyond the Stars?
Yeah,
It's
I've
super
never-
low
I've never
budget, but
seen
it's
Battle
actually kind of
Beyond the
cool.
yeah.
That's
It's
one
actually
I've
kinda
never
cool.
seen.
Oh,
You-
really?
Oh, dude, you got to check that out. You know,
Oh,
which
yeah,
one
it's
I really like. You guys see? I think it was called Life Force. It was like space
I
vampires.
kind of remember that one a
I
little bit.
remember parts of that.
Yeah, like
Does
they
it actually
didn't
have an
bite
ending?
you. It has an ending? What?
Like, I mean, does it actually have a story? I just remember topless,
Yeah.
sexy vampire chick.
Oh no! Yeah, it has an ending. Like the cool thing about it is like they didn't like bite you for your blood. Like they suck your life essence. It was like a beam of
okay.
light.
I
Dude,
don't think I ever watched it.
It was awesome. It was an awesome sci-fi from the 80s, so it's very 80s. Don't expect
Ah.
like nothing. It's not aliens. I mean, we got the classics that are classics for a reason. We have like the
The rest is trash.
No,
the rest is
that's
trash.
no. I mean, there's trash, but there's some movies that are good. Like Ice Pirates was not good.
Ice Pirates was awesome. And that is blasphemy. this could be your last time on If I ever hear any blasphemy like that about space ice pirates,
man,
you watch your step, Pedro. That's all. That is all I'm saying.
Oh man,
Ice Pirates was an excellent movie, and it might have had a couple of hiccups, but overall, we do not blaspheme Ice Pirates around.
Dude, with a young Ron Perlman.
It sounds like Clint might have a project that's very Ice Pirates influenced.
Well, not necessarily.
The way he's defending Ice Pirates.
Not just that. Here, I'm trying to share something and then get your guys' opinion, because I might have to go search this out. Let's see.
But I mean, in the 80s, it was like trash sci-fi.
Oh, here we go.
Conan came out, and there was a lot of like trashy, like barbarian.
Is this Battle Beyond the Stars?
Yes.
Because that looks
John
hot.
Boy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I've never seen this. Is this what it looks like?
Yes.
Yeah. But I mean, you're gonna be disappointed.
You're gonna be. But that is a great character poster, especially with that chick in the middle.
Yeah.
I mean, it's one of those. It's they wanted to be Star Wars, but they didn't have the budget. Wasn't it one of the like low budgety studios actually made it?
Yeah. Well, they got like the
Corman or whatever.
the cowboy character in a full of cowboy outfit. So
it's Han Solo, man, like with a hat. It's Han Solo with a cowboy hat.
Oh man, I've got to search this. I've got to find this.
Dude. No, you're gonna. It's a good time.
I think.
And John Boy.
John
Boy is Luke. John Boy plays Luke pretty much.
Yeah. Oh God, John Boy's in it.
Boy, yeah.
That's the guy at the bottom. It's John Boy. It's John Boy
that's
from
brutal.
The
that mole. Every time I see John Boy, I'm like the kid from not Growing Pains.
Kirk Cameron?
No.
Michael J. Fox.
No. When he sees him in Austin Powers, mole.
Oh yeah. Mole.
Yeah. It's like,
dude, what do you guys think about The Last Starfighter?
Awesome.
Yeah,
one of the greatest movies of all time.
And
Last Starfighter is an epic.
Yeah. I really enjoyed that movie. And the thing is, like, that was very low budget. Like,
it was extremely low budget, great story, great writing.
The CGI.
All the money it was spent on the CGI.
Yeah.
That was one of the first CGI movies.
That was cutting edge CGI for
the time. For the time, yeah.
And they promised what they couldn't deliver, and that's what happened to that movie. Was the CGI?
But to me, that was
more than they could.
That was the closest anyone got to a little bit of the Star Wars vibe.
Yeah,
because the theme was the same. A kid in the middle of every kid growing up then.
Dude,
you felt like you were in the middle of nowhere, and you just wanted to like matter. And the theme was the same.
But to me, that video game was like Excalibur. You know what I mean? Like he pulled the sword from the stone and he got picked up. Like, dude, like that movie like made me dream. You know what I mean? Like when you see movies and you're like, yeah.
Oh,
that's the part did that for me.
100%. And like he was like every kid, like living in a trailer park in the middle of the desert.
Nowhere, yeah.
That was a great movie. That's a movie that I can't believe they haven't
remade.
That's a movie screaming to be remade.
Dude, the assassin, like the guy to kill him, dude, that was cool.
Yeah, no, they had like some cool ass
concepts.
Concepts, and like I like you can rip on the CGI from the times. Like I thought everything looked freaking awesome in that movie.
I think they were going to do a reboot a couple of years ago, and it just didn't go anywhere. Yeah, I think there was talk of
leave it alone.
I gotta imagine at some point they're gonna like somebody's gonna come to their senses and realize. Like that's just money waiting to happen if you stick to the original concept.
Well, I think Hollywood waiting. Hollywood is wondering if people are CGI'd out. Like they're wondering if the next slew of hits are going to be a bunch of Westerns.
It doesn't have anything to do with CGI. Literally, if you've got a good story, you can get away with cheap CGI. And that's where people throwing everything like, oh, this is woke, it's woke, it's woke. Stuff can be woke if it's well written.
Yeah.
But if you're just relying on the woke and just pouring out bullshit and then making it woke, and there's a garbage story underneath, then that's garbage. Like,
well, that's Marvel and DC Comics.
Yep. Yeah, and that's 100%. You could have a very woke Marvel or DC story, but tell like a real comic book action adventure with characterization and you know, storytelling, and it can be as woke as hell. If you've got a good story, people will like it. But when you just rely on shoving an agenda down people's throat, the whole woke agenda, and that's all there is to it. There's no story, there's no entertainment value, there's no beginning, middle, or end. That's where people are like woke. You go woke, you go broke. Well, you can go woke if you've got a good story, but yeah, it's and I mean, Last Starfighter is like, that is a great story. That is a story that you could revamp and turn into something really epic today if you put the right hands on it. But there's so few people in Hollywood, and that's the thing, is like, I don't trust this IP to anybody in Hollywood because it's a bunch of dipshits. They're just money grabbers that don't care about the content. The writing staff of The Witcher, like, that is a classic example.
Clint.
Yes.
What if you take the character and you age him up as a 30-something loser who never went anywhere, and you make him Ryan Reynolds?
Yeah.
And that's the thing. So you've got the comedy and you got the sci-fi action.
The thing is you get Ryan Reynolds attached to a project. Guess what? Ryan Reynolds is going to dip into the storytelling, and he's going to choose writers. And Ryan Reynolds knows what good writing is. There's nothing more obvious in the world that Ryan Reynolds knows what good writing is. And even if he has to dip in himself and do it, he'll do it.
So this is Ryan Reynolds. Ryan Reynolds, who never left the trailer park. Yeah, his character.
Well,
like, he didn't get out of the trailer park, and that's when they come down to pick him up.
You could do the Ghostbusters thing of the next generation. Is
got to,
you know, like, the wars have been settled in space. He's come back to Earth because that's his home. But guess what? Like, wars don't end permanently.
Yeah,
and they need to find not the last Starfighter. They need to find the next Starfighter.
The new Starfighter.
I'll be right back.
And they're like, the video game worked once. Guess what? Kids are playing video games more than ever. Let's create a new video game to find the next generation.
Oh, you know what? Like, there's a new mission. Like, there's a new mission, and the video game is based on the new mission. Like, there's a lot of things that could be done.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, dude. Speaking of which,
that's because it's such a great concept. Yeah. When you have a concept that good, you can spin all kinds of good stories off of it. Yeah.
But dude, you mentioned Ghostbusters. Do you like Afterlife?
I thought it was good. I mean, anything was better than the So like, after that, expectations were so low. But I thought it was good. I thought bringing in the little kids. And obviously, a lot of them are tied in with Stranger Things. So it's like all those. When you've had something that's successful, you're trying to find vehicles for these kids. So it made perfect sense. I thought it was good. I thought it was a good setup for what they're going to do next.
Yeah,
and
I thought it was very cute.
Out of a good first movie.
Yeah. I thought it was very cute.
Yeah, it was. They played it cute, and you got little kids, so it's kind of like you're changing the tone.
Exactly,
and that obviously isn't going to be Bill Murray being the smart ass and you know strutting his way through.
You can't replicate that. That's the thing.
Exactly, and that's where they made a good decision. They didn't try to replicate it, but they took the core concepts and then they took it in a new way,
In a
and
new direction.
I was okay with the way they took it.
Yeah. No, the thing that I'm talking about the cuteness, because there's another movie that reminded me of Ghostbusters Afterlife, and I don't know if you guys are going to agree with me, but I don't know if you saw Super 8.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Super 8 was really cool, but the tone went
The tone
awry.
didn't match.
That
tone
weird,
went awry.
depressing. Yeah, the weird. What happened to the kid's mom and the drunk, angry dad?
Yeah, dude.
They set the tone up. They set the tone up for this hopeful, like young kids teaming together.
It was like E.T.
Spielberg kind of movie, and then they switched the tone like 3/4 of the way through, and it was like, what the hell?
No,
yeah,
and that to me was a letdown. Like I really enjoyed the concept of the movie. I really enjoyed the concept of the movie, the fact that the extraterrestrial was not good. It was like, dude, he's mad and he wants to escape. Like I really enjoyed that, but the stories with the kids was not necessary.
No, they could have edited it.
J.J. Abrams is so hit or miss.
Yeah, dude.
And I mean, and his hits are fewer than his misses. Like,
yeah, he swings a lot.
Yeah, nowadays, yeah.
Yep.
And that's the thing. Like, I don't know, with Ghostbusters Afterlife, like I'm expecting more from that franchise.
Dude, that first one was awesome.
Yeah. I think they set it. I think they set it up where they give themselves a lot of room to do different things with the next one. It looks like they're bringing it back to New York, which I think is a good idea because Ghostbusters has got that kind of New York.
It's a New York thing,
yeah. So I think that will probably work out well for them. But yeah, it like to me, it everything comes down to the writing. It's like sometimes it doesn't even matter what the actors are or whatever. It's like what you're doing with the underneath story is the main thing, and then you can slap anybody in there if you've got a good story. So that's me, but I think they set themselves up to take Ghostbusters a good new direction. I think man. Last Starfighter is just waiting there to be an IP turned into something awesome. The other thing is, like, I've heard they keep talking about a remake of Highlander. If you do Highlander right, I've heard Henry Cavill attached to it. Like if you do Highlander right, and then don't botch the sequel like they did,
who's gonna play Ramirez though?
Oh, there's actors out there that could play Ramirez.
Oh, Pedro Pascal or whatever.
Nah, dude, no. He can never be free Sean Connery.
That Pedro Pascal guy.
He could never
fuck no, not Pedro.
that guy.
I can see like a Gerard Butler or he's gotten really fat now, but who is the
Gerard Depardieu?
No. Gladiator.
He's old and fat now.
Yeah, he's old and fat.
The Gladiator guy. He's old and fat too.
Russell Crowe.
But
he could do.
Oh no.
Yes.
He's got Russell Crowe as the gravitas to pull off Sean Connery.
You know who would be a great Ramirez? Mel Gibson.
Oh. Yes.
That would be great.
Mel Gibson would be. Yeah, Mel Gibson could blow the doors off of that role. And you put Cavill and Mel Gibson on the screen as a Highlander movie. You don't fuck up the sequel, and you like set it up for. It's like, okay, now you reach this level. Now there's the next level.
And it's Highlander. Have you guys watched the original recently? Dude, it's boring and nothing really happens for the longest time. It's one of those early 80s movies that's slow. The pacing is so slow that as long as you have a decent story, you can't fuck up a remake.
Okay. I have another snag on the road for Highlander, the remake. Who's gonna play the curtain?
Ooh.
Oh, there's plenty of bad guys.
There's tons of good bad guys out there.
Who will play? Man, the curtain was the essential bad guy of the 80s. Man.
You got to have the physical presence that the curtain did. So you got to get a big guy.
He didn't even get paid for that. He didn't get paid.
No, yeah.
And please don't say Dave Bautista. Batista.
No,
No.
not that kind of physical presence.
No.
Batista's just muscle goon.
Muscle, yeah.
You need like height, stature, presence in the movie. Like to me, Batista, like he was born to play Drax, but that's like the limit of his acting.
You get Rock to play the bad guy.
No, not The Rock
with a big crazy beard.
Yeah,
I'm trying to think.
That would be awesome.
No, dude, The Rock. No, The Rock can't do. And the thing is,
he's
The Rock
he's
can't
not
be the bad
big
guy.
enough. He's not big enough, but his face, the guy who played Zod.
Yeah, I was thinking Zod too.
But he's not. His frame isn't big enough. You want a guy who's like 6'4".
No, you know who would be the guy who played the Mountain in Game of Thrones.
That would be the right size. I don't think he has the.
Oh yeah, he's not a good actor though. I mean, he's huge as a house.
Yeah, if you could get like a dude that big.
Yeah, dude.
But
what about the big blonde dude who now plays the new Reacher on the TV show?
Oh yeah, he's a great actor.
He's got the size.
If you give him a big, Viking,
and that guy's got range.
Kind of thing,
that guy can act. He could play the bad guy.
He could pull it up.
There you go. Watch him and Cavill fight each other with swords.
Oh
There can only be one. Alan Richardson is his name versus Cavill.
Yes.
And then you get Mel Gibson as
Ramirez.
That's a movie.
Awesome.
That's a movie.
I want to see that movie.
That's a movie that's going to make some money. We're just helping Hollywood out here.
Yeah, there you go.
We want consulting fees.
Hollywood.
Well, the writers are on strike.
Check.
Oh yeah.
So we just wrote the movie.
Yeah. Guess what? We're not union, so we can just write this movie for them.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, we'll make it in Prague, so you don't have to worry about any of the union rules.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Wait. Where's Prague in relation to the Ukraine?
Dude, the soundtrack.
We gotta be careful.
The soundtrack was made by Queen, man.
Oh, and that was the other thing is that soundtrack. That's an all-time soundtrack.
Oh yeah,
there aren't very many movies that have a soundtrack like that.
Oh yeah.
Well, you can just do Five Finger Death Punch for the new soundtrack.
Okay.
You'd have to get somebody that really wailed. Oh, Momoa.
Momoa could play the curtain. Yeah, he could play the curtain.
Momoa could see as the bad guy. Yeah, Momoa's got a little bit of the crazy in his eyes.
Yeah, and he can act enough.
And he can go over the top. He could go over the top, kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Strowman would have the size. I don't know if he can act enough, but that's the size.
Yeah, that's a size though.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Well, what do you think, guys? Should we put a pin in it? Like,
I think, man, like we've done good today.
Yeah, no, absolutely. We kind of ran it for all she's worth. I'll pull up.
Now we're helping
Hollywood here one last time. What was that?
Now we're
helping
Hollywood. Jesus, magnanimous.
We're just trying to do good deeds.
Yeah, we're doing
all terrible people. Got to make up for all the terrible.
I mean, I threw an old guy through a window once.
See,
I try not to judge anybody too harshly because I'm not that good of a person myself.
Yeah.
So this is the closeout for Superiors. We broke 23,000. We're at 23,70.
Nice.
Which is freaking awesome, man. Thank you to everybody who showed up in the chat tonight. Thank you, CG. Thank you, all the backers, man. Freaking awesome.
Yeah.
You helped
sign
make
up
these
for Maidens of Mayhem.
Yep, Maidens of Mayhem is the sign up.
Wait, is it in sign up?
Yep, the sign up
why
is
live. Why
live.
Why did you share that?
Oh, here, let me try.
Yeah, it's in the chat. It's in the chat.
It's in the chat.
I got the. Well, here, I can click the link in the chat, and that'll be the easiest.
The link's in the chat. So yeah, back Death Raider.
Yeah, let me pull up Death Raider here
by Rob Hunter.
That's that by me.
Yeah, but this dude. Yeah. And be on the lookout for Waifus and Kaiju sign up page coming out next week. And yeah.
Oh yeah.
There we go.
Awesomeness.
So many freaking links pulled up in my window. Yeah, Death Raider.
Oh, there it is.
Look at that, dude. That's
Death Raider.
That's so dynamic, Rob.
Back Death Raider. Back Superiors. Sign up for Maidens of Mayhem. Keep your eye out for Pedro's new book. We went through some of the character designs. It looks freaking awesome.
It looks cool.
Show up. We're gonna Pontificators is gonna hit the ground running.
We'll be back.
Yep, we'll be back in September. Mm-hmm. Until then, we've got Comic Smack Talk Live, usually on Thursdays or Sundays. During football season, we might start trying to work Tuesdays. I like watching a lot of football on Thursdays and Sundays. We're gonna figure it out. We're gonna figure it out what works for Rob too. So
I'm flexible. I understand the love of football. My wife loves football.
Yeah, so, I'm a big football nut. So, and a lot of times the Thursday games are garbage, so we can run a show and like I can have it in the background. But yeah, I watch a lot. I watch a ton of NFL during the season. The other thing I've kind of kicked around idea of doing Comic Smack Talk post Pontificators, just because Art gets such a huge crowd, and we're trying to build this channel up, so getting more viewers on the to spot our show and notice us would be a good thing too. So those are all ideas we're kicking around. We want to keep everybody in the chat informed on what we're doing, but we're just winging it by the seat of our pants mostly, usually, as you guys can tell. But man, ton of guys in the chat: Eric Hutfels, Randy Howell, Marcus Kelligrew. There's a bunch of guys in here earlier. I want to give everybody a shout out. SF Gaming is in the house, man. Appreciate all you guys. Southern Cecil, saw him earlier. Leg Kick. Tacticus Jones, I don't think I saw you earlier, but man, hey, appreciate you being here. If you guys are new to the channel, we're trying to build this channel up, so hit the like, hit the subscribe. It really helps out our show to build it up. And we're trying to just kind of build this into a fun CG bullshit show. That's, you can tell what me and Rob, we're just kind of shooting the shit mostly and just running through ideas. So awesome, Pedro. Appreciate you being here tonight, man.
It was awesome, man.
Kaijus and wife. Or what?
Waifus and Kaijus.
Waifus and Kaijus is this new thing coming up. We looked at some of the art earlier. Looks freaking awesome. Love the character designs. So thanks everybody for being here. Always a fun time hanging out. And I'm shutting Superiors down tonight. Back it tonight. Death Raider is in demand. Back that. And keep your eyes out for Kaijus and Waifus. I said it wrong. I'm sure. I'm sure I won't ever get it right. But
you'll get it someday.
Yeah. Lots of fun Comics Gate projects coming up. But we're going to shut it down for the night. Appreciate you guys all being here. Thank you, Pedro. Thank you, Rob. Thank you, chat. And everybody have a hell of a great week this week, man. And we will catch you next week.
All right. Good night, everybody.